How you doing? How's everybody doing? Pac-12 title game. I'm on Oregon -9, so I guess I'm cheering for Oregon today. I'm on Oregon -9. What you talking about? What you talking about? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Oregon 37, Washington 24, says Ryan. That would be fine with me. I did bet on the game. I bet Oregon -9. So, program? Yeah, you can take that over to that on too, or whatever it is. See what kind of program they got going on over there. What did I have for supper? I ordered Chinese. You know, I was out of town for a week. I didn't get back till about 8 o'clock last night. And then I had a lot of catching up on just some errands I had to do today and different things like that. So I need to go to the store. Didn't have time. So I ordered Chinese for dinner today. I had pepper steak, rice, and egg rolls. Yeah, pepper steak, rice, and egg rolls in that. Was on the agenda for today in that. Why can't Jalen Mildew hit the ocean from the beach, Uncle Woo? I don't know. Why does he run past the line of scrimmage and throw the ball 3 times a game? I don't know. I mean, has anyone considered the possibility that he's not any fucking good? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Mike Nixon, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you helping to support the stream today. He says, hey, Lou, did you hear that JT Daniels had to retire from football? Sad to hear that. Yeah, I did hear that. I never really understand why someone who is out of college eligibility and not good enough to play in the NFL feels the need to announce their retirement. But, hey, to each their own, I guess. I guess I should have announced my retirement from football after my senior year of high school. I mean, I was just under the impression that I would just stop playing since I wasn't good enough to play at the college level. I didn't know I could announce a retirement, or I would have done that. Milroe will shred that Georgia defense. Well, it would be the first defense he's shredded all season, wouldn't it? If that happens. But yeah. I mean, you better hope that happens, because that's the only chance for Bama to win. Is for Mildew to complete a bunch of 15 to 25 yard downfield passes. So if you're confident in that happening, salute. I'm not. Lou, get out there and play QB for the Taters. They're desperate. They are desperate. Taters making moves, though. Firing coaches. Dipping into the transfer portal. Dabo Swinney has seen the error of his ways. And he's going ahead and doing everything he said he'd never do. And everything that he has said that he hates, he's going ahead and doing it. He is forcing scholarship players at Clemson to enter the portal. He said he'd never do that. He's doing it. He is actively shopping in the portal. He said he'd never do that, but he is. I don't know. Yeah. I don't care who wins. Let's go college football and go dogs, says Eric Odom. Well, I only care to the extent that I bet money on the game, but other than that, I don't care. Roadrunner may not be cleared to play tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I heard. Kind of a game time decision thing, I guess. Prayers and an F in the chat for the final Pac-12 game as we know it. Greed and incompetence killed the conference. That's not true. Incompetence, yes. Greed, no. Greed alone was not enough to kill it. It was the incompetence. The Pac-12's own incompetence is what killed the Pac-12. Pineapple Jr. at Maryland. He's the best quarterback in the Big Ten. Now, I'm not here to tell you he's some kind of amazing quarterback. That's kind of the point. The Big Ten quarterback situation is in dire straits, as it were. I don't remember a year where the quarterback play in the Big Ten was this bad. But it is bad. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. Bubba Tweet, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey Lou, what do you think about DJ Ugabadoogie entering the transfer portal from Oregon State? I think it's a great idea. What are you going to do? Stay there and play in the Mountain West? Why do you think their coach left for Michigan State? Nobody, it's a sinking ship. Nobody you're a Power 5 player, now all of a sudden you got to play in the Mountain West? I don't blame Ugabadoogie for leaving at all. As far as where he'll go, I've got no idea. It's going to have to be a team that desperately needs a quarterback, though. Well, Alabama, maybe? Well, Alabama needs help. Hashtag Bama needs help again. You know all these fans that are running around singing the praises of Mildew about 8:30 tomorrow night are going to be saying Bama needs a new quarterback for next year. You know that's coming. Mildew's going to be the excuse and the scapegoat when Bama gets humiliated tomorrow. Mildew's going to be the excuse and the scapegoat of why their season went awry. You already know it is. The fans are going to throw him under the bus so quick it'll make heads spin. It's a commercial, so I don't know what time kickoff actually is of this game. Maybe 8:15 or so. We'll read some chat until the game starts, I guess. Where does 2020's UGA rank among the classic college football dynasties? Well, it's near the top. I mean, not very many teams have won back-to-back national titles in 29 games in a row. I don't know, top 5, top 10. Do you ever get sick of live streaming games? No. I never get sick of live streaming games. Because the thing is, it's no work for me. I'd be standing right here yelling at the TV whether I was live on YouTube or not. So, I mean, once the game starts, it's no different than how I've been watching football games for 40 years. Jaden should win the Heisman with 3 losses. They'll give it to someone else. It should be Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix. There's no one else even worth considering. I don't even know why they're going to waste time inviting more than 2 people. They should just invite Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. That's it. No one else is Heisman worthy. No one else is in that league. Let's get an L in the chat and point and laugh at Auburn for wasting Bo Nix so terribly. Auburn is inept. Thank you, Banjo. Thank you, Cody Gross, for the super chat. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. He says, I have come full circle. Bama fans are now the most unbearable. Took the top spot from Tennessee. Dang. Cowpoke Ranch. What's up, buddy? He says, steaks for everyone. Man, you're good people. You're good people. Do you think Beck comes back if the Dogs three-peat? I don't think the Dogs three-peating has anything to do with whether Beck comes back or not. Anybody that bases whether or not they come back on something like that, I think they're basing their decision on the wrong things. Your decision should be based on how good you are, how good you think you can become, and where the NFL people tell you that you might be drafted, not whether or not you won the national title the year before, in my opinion. Bo Nix and Penix are older than NFL QBs. They're older than some of them. They're older than some of them, but there's no age limit on the Heisman. No age limit on the Heisman. Washington by 16. I'll take that bet right now. You name the amount. You're going to give me Oregon in 16 points? Brian Gentry says, hey, I forgot to mention my retirement from college football over 20 years ago, so here's a LouTube exclusive. I'm retired and watching LouTube, bitches. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand JT Daniels announcing his retirement, but whatever. Oregon about to get exposed, says Ben. I'd love to make a bet with you, Ben. Hey, Uncle Lou, do you enjoy opiate era Tool more, or are you more of a post Anima guy? I like it all. I can't. I don't like trying to choose which eras or types or which albums or whatever I like better of Tool. I like it all. Lou, I am announcing my retirement from banging Jessica Alba. Man, I hear you. That's got to be a lot of work. That's got to be a lot of work. The teams are on the field warming up, so it shouldn't be long before we get started here. This game, of course, played in Las Vegas. The last Pac-12 championship game. Pac-12 going the way of the dodo bird, and Tennessee's football relevancy. It's just gone, and it's never coming back. Oregon State and Washington State look like they're headed to the Mountain West. So we'll see what happens here. Lou, you should give a team the Your Season is Over national championship every year and send the program and Uncle Lou Your Season is Over national championship trophy. You know, there might be something I can do along those lines. I could maybe skim through, like when the season's over, I could skim through all the Your Season is Over videos, and I could see which team maybe was featured the most. Like, which helmet did I take down the most? This year, just guessing, it would probably be Florida or Colorado. It would probably be Florida or Colorado would be my guess were the two helmets that I took down the most this year. So one of those two teams would probably end up being whatever you call the Your Season is Over national champions. All right, Oregon is set to kick off here, and we are underway in Vegas. Washington will receive. The kickoff's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Washington on offense first and 10 on their own 25, and out comes Michael Penix Jr. Some rumors over the last week or so that he might be nursing some sort of an injury over the last month or so of the season. Don't know if that's true or just an excuse for Washington's kind of subpar performances they have seemed to have had anyway since the Oregon game. But here we go. 1st and 10, Pac-12 title game underway. First play of the game, bunch formation, Penix in a shotgun. Motion, snap, play action, throws, incomplete, intended for the tight end out in the flat, hit him on the hand, and he dropped it. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Washington. 20 years this game has been determined by one score or less, says Eric Odom. 20 years. Pac-12 title game ain't been around for 20 years, but okay. If you say so. You say so. A handoff on 2nd and 10. A pretty big hole, too. Breaks a couple of tackles. That's a gain of about 8 or 9 yards. 3rd and 1 coming up now for Washington. Third and 1. Good defense by Oregon, but I think Washington picked it up. They needed a yard. They got a yard plus a foot. First down, Washington. Bama thinks they got better because their schedule got easier, says Brave Train. Did they get better? I don't know. They beat Arkansas by 3. That's pretty good, I guess. Beat Auburn on a last second miracle. I guess that's pretty good. 1st and 10 for Washington now on their own 36-yard line. Penix shotgun back to throw. Nowhere to go. Holds on to the ball forever. Now gets rid of it complete and picks up about 8 yards. Looks like he was going to get sacked. Got rid of it the last possible second. Complete for a gain of about 8. Completed around the line of scrimmage. The wide receiver just ran back to the line of scrimmage to make the catch. Turned it upfield and picks up about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up. 3 wide. Shotgun for Penix this time. 2 wide to the top, 1 at the bottom. 2nd and 3, 13 minutes to go in the first. Snap, toss, sweep. Not much room. I don't think he gained anything at all. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now for Washington. I want Oregon to win even though I'm a UJ fan, says Logan. Bama's schedule got easier and they struggled, says Brave Train. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem like a good sign. 3rd and 2. 12 and a half minutes to go in the first quarter now. First possession of the game. Washington got the ball to start. They're on their own 44. They need to get to the 46. 3rd and 2. 3 wide to the bottom. Penix in a shotgun with a running back standing next to him. Snap, back to throw. Complete out in the flat behind the line. And they're going to have a first down and then some across midfield, out of bounds at the 45. Nice blocking on the perimeter by the wide receivers that time for Washington. Springs that one loose down the sideline. Gain of about 10 or 11 yards. First down, Washington. It's pretty cool to see two new teams in the Conference USA title game, says Anthony. Any word on if Dallas Turner was ever arrested for tackling Jaden Daniels? LSU fans were so mad about that, weren't they? Same play to the other side of the field this time. Picks up about 5 yards. Adunze with the catch. 2nd and 5 coming up for Washington. 11 and a half minutes to go in the first quarter. First possession of the game here. Is this a playoff game? Well, not technically, but it's an elimination game for the playoffs. Losers out. Uncle Lou, did you hear JT Daniels retired from college football? Yeah, we talked about that earlier, right around the beginning of the stream. If Bo Nix impresses, his Heisman odds will skyrocket. Well, people are already voting on the Heisman. The Heisman voting started 5 days ago. Most of the Heisman votes are already in. It's hard not to think about tomorrow. I got to give you props for being able to do so. UJ fans should want Oregon to lose here. Clear out the one-loss teams at the bottom. And we would love to play FSU round 1. I don't care who Georgia plays. In a 4-team playoff, who you play is irrelevant, I think. Doesn't matter to me. Penix pass. Nearly intercepted. Wow, miscommunication with the wide receiver that time. Penix threw it quick on what he thought, I guess, was like a 3-yard out route, but the receiver forgot the out part. The receiver just ran like a little curl. Look at that. Receiver had no idea what was going on there. Boy, Washington dodges a bullet here. Huge miscommunication there between Penix is doing this like it must have been his fault. But he threw an out route, and the receiver had no idea he was supposed to be running an out route. He almost threw it right to the defensive back. Washington dodged one there. Big 3rd down play here. 3rd and 5 from the Oregon 39. Penix in a shotgun. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 up top. Now Penix wants a timeout. I guess he didn't like what he saw, or the play clock was running down or something, but he quickly calls a timeout. 11:09 to go in the first quarter. No score. This is the first possession of the game. Washington got the ball to start. How are we sure Oregon is winning or better? Winning or better than who? I wonder if Penix had a head injury. I have no idea. Lou, after the Big 12 championship game tomorrow, would you consider Texas and OU to be officially out of the Big 12? Well, I mean, they both still have games to play. Lou back in God's country, Georgia. Yeah, got back about 8 o'clock last night. Had a good time, but it's always nice to come home, that's for sure. Always nice to come home. I was tired today from being gone all week, and I had a lot to do today. I had a lot of stuff I had to get caught up on. But I feel like I'm back in the swing of things now. Is McHonky playing tomorrow? I have no idea. You can't believe anything that comes out of Kirby Smart's mouth when it comes to injuries. So as far as that long list of injured Georgia players, I'm not going to believe anything I hear, read, see, nothing until the game starts and I see somebody playing. That's when I'll believe it. So I have no idea. I don't know about Brock Bowers. I don't know about Ladd McConkey. I don't know about Pop Johnson. I don't know about Tate Ratledge. I don't know about Amarius Mims. I don't know about Ra Thomas. Whatever. All those players that are on the injury report. Have no idea. And you can't believe anything Kirby says about it because all he ever does is lie about injuries. So when the game starts, whoever's playing, that's who I will believe is healthy enough to play. I would bet my life that both Ladd and Bowers play tomorrow. I would not bet my life that Ladd plays. I wouldn't bet my life either of them play. I'm more confident in Bowers playing than Ladd. I think Brock would have played Ladd. I think they just gave Brock the week off. That's simple. I just think they gave Brock Bowers the week off last week. I'm 90% confident Brock Bowers will play. Ladd McConkey, 50-50. I have no idea. His back injuries are weird. Those back injuries, he could feel fine today. Ladd McConkey might feel fine today. He might wake up tomorrow morning and can't get out of bed. Any of y'all ever hurt your back? Even something as simple as like a back strain. Any of y'all ever done that? You can feel fine and then wake up in the morning and you need help getting out of bed. You just never know with these back injuries. So I don't know. I don't know. Lou, will Georgia win by double digits against the Gumps? Oh, they're going to win by 2 scores. So that's between 9 and 16 points. Third and 5 for Washington. 3 wide to the bottom of the screen, 1 up top. 3rd and 5. Snap. Penix back to throw. Gets rid of it. Over the middle. Complete. Wide open. Caught for a first down inside the 30 to the 27. Wide open receiver on what looked like a crossing route in that and 2. Nobody covering him underneath. That's a Dunze too, isn't it? Yeah, how do you not cover him? He's their best wide receiver. You can't let him get lost in the shuffle. You got to put somebody on his ass. 1st and 10 for Washington on the Oregon 27. Handoff this time. Spins out of 1 tackle, picks up 5 or 6 yards. 2nd and about 4, I guess, coming up. Inside the red zone, down around the 22. Bell has looked really good. You talking about for Georgia? Second and 5. Wow, I thought he gained more than 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 22. Penix looking over at the sideline. Now he's ready. Bunch formation to the top, 1 wide to the bottom. Snap. Handoff right up the gut. Big hole. Picks up 5, 6, 7 yards. First down to the 15. 1st and 10, Washington on the 15. Anthony, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Uncle Lou, hypothetical rewind. Georgia 22 and Bama 22 meet in the SEC championship game. Who wins? What? Georgia was way better than Bama last year, buddy. Bama was not good at all. Georgia went 15-0, won the SEC, and beat TCU in the worst blowout in bowl game history. Bama couldn't beat LSU or Tennessee and wasn't good enough to win their division or make the playoffs. I don't even understand. That's questions not even worth wasting time on. Penix in a shotgun under pressure and goes down. Oh, no. Didn't go down. Boy, I sure thought he went down. It looked like he took a knee. I guess he didn't. I don't know. You gonna look at it? Didn't that look like he went down? Let's see. Here's the replay. Under pressure. Tries to duck under it. Yeah, his knee is down. That's going to be a sack. It looks like his knee is down to me. That's going to be a sack. His knee's down, his forearms down. That's going to be a sack. You can't go down and then get up and run, dummy. That's gonna they're gonna take that. They're gonna take that one back. Yeah, Ben, you already know. 30-minute review incoming. You already know. Turn on New Mexico and Liberty. No, I ain't got no interest in it. Comparing games is folly. Too many other variables. Yeah, there is a lot of truth in that. There is a lot of truth in that, especially when the games are played at different parts of the season, like Georgia Auburn and Alabama Auburn. The Alabama Auburn game is a better indication of what Alabama is than the Georgia Auburn game is of an indication of what Georgia is. That Georgia game was played in the first month of the season. The Bama game was played last week. I'm a UJ fan trying to set the Gumps off. LOL. Oh, you don't have to set them off. They'll go off on their own. They're going to go off on their own. Wait till noon on Sunday. Wait till you see how mad they are at noon on Sunday. See how mad they are then. Yeah. Or 8 o'clock tomorrow night. 2nd and 17 for Washington after the sack. Handoff. Bounces it to the outside. Nowhere to go. Only picks up about a yard down to around the 21. 3rd and long coming up for Washington. Washington had a good drive going. That sack has put them back behind the chains, though, and now they're going to be looking at a 3rd and long. 3rd and 16. Third and 16 now. Under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. This is the first drive of the game. Lou, I'm going to wear my Gump hat tomorrow. I have one. All right, Durrell. I have one, too. Penix back to throw. 3rd and 16. Goes deep. Into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for McMillan. 4th and 16. Washington will have to settle for a field goal attempt here on their first possession. Georgia has a homosexuality epidemic. Jameson, come out of the closet, buddy. Come out of the closet. It's 2023. If every single person that lived in the state of Georgia was a homosexual, nobody would care but you, because you're closeted. Because that's the only people who care about whether or not someone's homosexual anymore. The only people that care about that anymore are closeted people. Come out of the closet, buddy. It's 2023, man. Come out of the closet. Oregon got 14 uniforms and 0 national titles. 14 uniforms. Is that all? I don't know. I think they got more than that. Jameson says, Lou, say your son is queer without saying he's queer. Or if you mean homosexual, no, he's not homosexual. But, I mean, if he was, it wouldn't matter to me. But believe me, we know what's going on with you. Trust me. We know. I'll tell you again, man, it's 2023. The only people using gay or homosexuality or something as an insult anymore are closeted people. That's it, man. I don't know if it's a religious thing with you. I don't know if an uncle got a hold of you. I don't know if something happened to you at the church, or if you just, born gay or whatever it is. But it's fine, man. I promise. You can come out. You can live your life. No one's gonna care. To be honest with you, no one's even gonna notice, buddy. No one's even gonna notice you. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, buddy. Live stream schedule tomorrow. 9 a.m. the college kickoff show. 4 p.m. Patreon stream. 8 p.m. YouTube stream. Let me put it up on the bottom of the screen because you're not going to be the last person that asks. What are we looking for? That? No. That? No. Right there. Championship week stream schedule. All right. Friday 8 p.m. Saturday 9 a.m. Saturday 4 p.m. on Patreon. Oh shit. All right, let's see if I got this right or if I screwed it up some kind of way. Let's see. Championship week stream schedule. Friday, 8 p.m. That's right now. Saturday, 9 a.m. on YouTube. That's the kickoff show. Saturday, 4 p.m. on Patreon. Saturday, 8 p.m. on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. That looks right. Yeah, so the SEC championship game at 4, right? Yeah, that's the Patreon stream. And then I'll be on YouTube for what's 8 p.m. Big Ten and ACC, I think. Big Ten and ACC, I think. Here's the there's the link to the Patreon stream. The SEC championship tomorrow at 4 o'clock will be on the Patreon page. That's a link to the Patreon page right there. All right, Washington up 3-0 after the field goal. 2nd and 10 now for Oregon. 5 wide, empty backfield for Bo Nix. Pass incomplete behind the wide receiver. Looked like a slant route, or the wide receiver ran a slant route. I don't know what Bo Nix, I don't know what was going on there. That's each quarterback now with a pass that looked like somebody ran the wrong route or somebody threw the wrong pass. Penix did it on the first drive, and now Bo Nix does it. Chapel Hill, what's up, buddy? He says, I'm excited for Lou's apology video after that Bama spanking tomorrow. Remember, Nick Saban owns you. You're a North Carolina fan. 3rd and 10 for Bo Nix. Pass incomplete. Oregon's going to go 3 and out. They're going to have to kick it away. I don't make apology videos, by the way. Anthony Rodney says, I'm a UJ fan trying to set the Gumps off. Oh, I think we read that one already. We read that one. Yeah, Chapel Thrill, man, you're a North Carolina fan, buddy. So, keep that in mind. Touchdown, New Mexico State. Yeah, thanks for that important update, VicTube. Washington returns the kick out past the 20 to the 25, the 30, 35, 40, 45, out of bounds right at midfield. Nice punt return from Washington. Well, Oregon looks flat and Washington looks ready to go so far early in this one. Washington marched right down the field, kicked the field goal. Oregon goes 3 and out. Washington returns this punt 25, 30 yards up to midfield. Shoved out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. But Washington in business here. Their second possession of the game with really good field position to start. NC State owns Clemson. UNC, there's somebody else I'm missing. I don't know. 1st and 10 for Washington, moving people around now. 3 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. Penix in a shotgun. Snap, back to throw, out in the flat, complete. And a gain of 6, maybe 7. Well, about 6. 2nd and about 4 coming up now for Washington. I had to turn the air conditioner on. I don't know if it's the coffee or what, but I done got hot in here. I'm excited for Lou's apology video. Buddy, you've been excited for every video I've made for the last 6 years. So it's not a surprise that you're excited for whatever video comes next. What is the game food for tomorrow? I have no idea. I'm going to I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I'm going to order Instacart in the morning and have something delivered. I don't know what, to figure it out tomorrow. 1st and 10 for Washington now, inside the 30 on the 27. Penix in a shotgun, back to throw. Complete again behind the line of scrimmage, but all kinds of room down inside the 20 to the 19. I mean, that's just one of those simple hitch passes right at the line of scrimmage, but there wasn't an Oregon DB within 15 yards. Look at these Oregon DBs bail. Look, perfect play call. Perfect play call on a corner blitz. Nobody there. Boy, Washington is winning the coaching battle right now, too. Up 3-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first. 2nd and 1. They need to get to the 17. Snap. Handoff. First down. To the 13-yard line. Maybe the 12. Inside the 15. 1st and 10, Washington. Smoked elephant sliders for early dinner tomorrow. There's a 0% chance I'm eating anything elephant related. That's just not happening. 1st and 10 for Washington on the 12-yard line of Oregon. They're up 3-0 with 4:35 to go. Penix shotgun, snap. Another handoff, gets to the outside. Chopped down at the line of scrimmage. Might have gained half a yard. That's about it. Nice tackle in the open field by Oregon that time. Didn't gain much. 2nd down coming up now for Washington. Washington about to boat race Oregon, says Anthony Rodney. I don't know. I'd be careful making those types of statements 8 minutes into a game. 2nd and 9. Penix back to throw. Looking. Throws. Incomplete near the front corner of the end zone, but a flag comes in. Looks like they're going to get Oregon for pass interference. Ball thrown near the pylon at the front corner of the end zone, and a flag came in right away. So it's definitely going to be some kind of pass interference or holding in the end zone. Defensive holding on Oregon in the end zone on number 8 here. Let's see what he does. Does he grab the jersey? Well, he didn't really show it. 1st and goal, Washington. Big Penix energy. Ass beating coming. Oregon is overrated, says Mr. Rogers. First and goal for Washington. Just outside the 5-yard line. Penix toss sweep. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Wow, they're going to be up 10. Well, they're up 9-0. Extra point will make it 10. Home Slice, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He said, did UTEP not make the conference championship game? That's impossible. UTEP is the best. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you one thing about UTEP. No clue. Unless they go for 2. Washington doesn't usually do that. That's usually Oregon that does that dumb shit. No, Washington's lined up for the extra point here. Snap, hold, kick, right down the middle. It's good. 3:46 to go in the first quarter. Washington 10, Oregon 0. Anyone hear about the dead Longhorn they found on Oklahoma State's campus? Yeah, right out in front of a frat house. I've watched Oregon too. This isn't what I expected at all, says Marie. It's still early. We'll see what happens. I hope we're going to get a good game worth watching, though. Shout out Bo Nix for start his 60th college game and having 0 wins against Georgia. He is 0-4 against Georgia. He is 0-4 against Georgia. I thought Oregon would be fired up, but they're playing like they don't even care. Yeah, they're getting outplayed and outcoached right now. Lanning is insecure and runs the score up against nobodies to make up for it. This is Bo Nix's Heisman game, so he needs a big one. Same for Penix. Most people have already cast their Heisman votes. Heisman voting started 5 days ago. Oregon getting out-coached bad right now. Yeah. Hogman, what's up, buddy? He says, people complain about color analysts because they don't have enough to mute the TV, and they don't have enough sense, I guess you're saying, to mute the TV and listen to Uncle Lou. Yeah, I quit listening to the announcers a long time ago. A long time ago. Now, it does suck sometimes because in certain situations, even though you hate the announcers, you do need to hear what they're saying sometimes. Like, if there's an injury, sometimes without the announcers, I don't necessarily know exactly what's going on with the injury. Or sometimes a player will like limp off the field or something, and 10 minutes later the announcers will give an update or something, and I missed. I don't hear that because I don't listen to the announcers. So you miss out on a few things like that. But overall, I think it's a better experience if you just don't listen to the announcers. Oregon dribbling down their own leg. Oh, man. Is that true? We need to get a paper plate for Oregon, put it out on the 50-yard line. Reminder, you have a parcel pending. Okay, well, I'll pick it up later. Washington put dogs on their helmets. Now they're 12-0. Sounds like Mississippi State needs to get with the program, don't it? Clapp went to Colorado. Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all seeing her street melting down everywhere about FSU? He wants OSU in there so bad. Hey, Uncle Lou, did you bet on any games this weekend? I bet on this one. And it looks like I took the wrong side, at least so far. I took Oregon in this one. I haven't bet on any of tomorrow's games yet. Oregon is known for shitting the bed in big games, says Floby. What's Washington known for? Did you see the CBS on SEC is done after tomorrow? Yeah, that news came out 3 years ago. Colorado better hire a coach before they all get gone. Half their coaching staff has quit. Washington 12-0 wins big games. When was the last time Washington won a big game? Neither of these teams could hold Georgia's jockstrap, says Andy. Lost another O-lineman to the portal today, says Marie. Well, they need to lose every lineman they have. Their offensive line's terrible. All right. Oregon's got the ball back down 10-0. They went 3 and out on their only possession of the game so far. Let's see if they can get something going here. 3:46 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 25. Nixon a shotgun. Snap. Hands it off this time right up the gut. Not much room. Gains a yard, and that's about it. 2nd and 9 coming up for Oregon. If Washington wins and UJ wins, does that mean Michigan is losing to Washington now? What? Second and 9. 4 wide this time for Oregon. Bo Nix is in a shotgun looking over at the sideline. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. 3 wide to the bottom. Trips on the bottom. 1 wide up top. Nix is in the shotgun ready for the snap. Now running back motion. Snap. They throw it to the running back out in the flat, and he's got room. He's out of bounds, a yard or 2 short of the first down. Not really sure why he ran out of bounds there. You got to put your shoulder pads down and pick up that first down there, buddy. That was low-level effort right here at the end of this play. 3rd and they're calling it 1. They need to get to the 35. Bo Nix scrambles out to the right. Nowhere to go with the ball. Running backwards. Now he has to throw it away. Wow. Circus shit. Bo Nix lucky he wasn't sacked for about a 20-yard loss. Ends up getting rid of the ball, but it's 4th and 1, and let's see if Lanning wants to do something stupid or if he wants to do what he's supposed to do. What is Bo Nix doing? Fourth and 1, and they do send the punt unit out on the field, so Lanning not a complete fucking moron, at least not so far. Oregon gets the kick away. This one's going to be fielded around the 20. Fair catch called and made at the 22. Washington will take over at their own 22, up 10-0 with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. Bo Nix having flashbacks of Jordan Davis chasing him. Lou, do you think Brock Bowers is going to have a big game tomorrow? I think Brock Bowers will be fine. Yeah, I think Brock Bowers will do just fine. Will Ryan Day get on TV and shake his can like Lou Saban? I think Ryan Day's got more pride than Nick Saban does. I don't think Ryan Day will do that. Told someone on Facebook Dion isn't a good coach. They proceeded to call me a Klan member. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what happens when you criticize his blackness, Coach Prime. Do you think Oregon ate the rat poison? I don't know that there was really. I mean, they lost to Washington 2 months ago. There should have been plenty of motivation for Oregon in this game. I don't buy any type of rat poison or lack of motivation excuse for a game of this magnitude. I think they're just getting their ass whipped. Penix goes deep, just out of reach of the receiver, falls incomplete. 3rd and 5 coming up for Washington. Boy, Penix throws a pretty ball, doesn't he? That was a good-looking throw. Nemesis says, go Huskies and Hail State, hopeful to be a competitive team under Levy. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Mississippi State is fighting an uphill battle. An uphill battle. Not enough cowbell, I don't think. 3rd and 5 now for Washington. Let's see if Oregon can get off the field. Penix rolls to his left, throws complete right at the first down line. And based on the spot, it looks like he got it. Wide receiver clearly knew where he had to get for the first down. They blow the play dead. I don't know if they're going to review the spot on that last play or what they're doing, but No, false start on Washington. I think Washington tried to run the play quick, fast, and in a hurry so they couldn't review the spot. And they ran it a little too quick and got caught with a false start there. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now for Washington after they back them up 5 yards. 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Washington 10, Oregon 0. They stopped the play because Blow Dix was... What? He's not even in the game. Washington's got the ball. 1st and 15 for Washington on their own 27. Penix back to throw. Pass complete. Picks up about 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Coming up now for Washington. Clock goes under a minute to go now in the first quarter. This ain't the Oregon I've seen the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Oregon's getting beat down right now. 2nd and down. 2nd and down. 2nd and 9 coming up now for Washington. 3 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. 2 running backs one on either side of Penix, who's in a shotgun. Snap, and he's back to throw. Oregon brings a blitz. Doesn't get home. Pass complete at the line of scrimmage. Gets forward for about 2 yards, and that's it. 3rd and long coming up now for Washington. And again, a chance for Oregon to see if they can get off the field on 3rd down, but so far they haven't been able to do it. They forced Washington into several 3rd downs, but Washington keeps converting them. We'll see what they can do here. 3rd and 6. Well, we're going to have to wait till the second quarter to see this 3rd down play. That's the end of the first quarter. Washington up 10-0 over Oregon. A little bit of a surprising score early on in this one here. Oregon was a 9 or a 10-point favorite, depending on where you looked. Oregon with a goose egg on the board and on the helmet for this game, says Lucas Andrew. This score is not good for Georgia. What? This game doesn't have anything to do with Georgia. What are you talking about? All this behind the line of scrimmage gimmick shit makes me laugh. The only balls prettier than the ones Penix throws are mine. Okay? Ohio State really is getting in, aren't they? No, Ohio State has no chance at all of getting in. None. I'll bet Lou 1K Bama wins by 10 plus tomorrow. No, you won't. You don't have the money or the balls to do that. You don't. You don't have the money or the balls to bet Bama to win by 10. You don't. That's 0 for 2. You don't have either of those 2 things. There's 2 things required to make that bet. Balls and money. You don't have either one. But in case I'm wrong, there's my Cash App. There's my PayPal. You got 10 minutes to send the money, and it's a bet. You got 10 minutes. Or you can just keep getting timed out over and over again for saying you want to make bets, but then not having the balls to do it. The choice is yours. I'll come back and look for you in 10 minutes. We all know the outcome here. We all know you're not making that bet. We all know you don't have $1,000 and you don't have the balls to do it. Them's facts, Jack. Them's facts, Jack. DJ MORNIN is in the transfer portal. What going on? Well, Oregon State is becoming a group of 5 school. So I don't blame him at all for transferring. Pete Kaufman says, bow down, RIP to the dog father Don James. I'm not sure who that is. However, SC was up 17-0 last year in the Pac-12 championship. Long game ahead. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. He says, Bama fans watching this game are now more confident Bama beats UGA. And yes, as stupid as that sounds, I was literally just told that by a Bama fan. Bama fans can go outside to check their mail. There's nothing in there, and then they'll go, proof. Georgia's losing to Bama. That's how they are. They can find proof for whatever it is they're looking for literally anywhere, can't they? 3rd and 6. Penix back to throw. Deep. Has a man, but overshot him. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 6, and finally Oregon forces a Washington punt. Washington's had the ball 3 times. Field goal, touchdown, and now finally forced to punt it away. Oregon State has an awesome pothead running back that is staying loyal to them. I want that running back on Utah. That fan base has him paid and exalted, though. I don't know anything about that. 4th and 6, Washington gets the kick away. And this one's going to be fielded around the 10-yard line. Fair catch called and made. 1st and 10, Oregon backed up on their own 10. Bama fans saying that they're going to win because they seen it in their alphabet soup yesterday. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's about right. Got back from New Orleans last night about 8 o'clock. Flew into Augusta at about 7:15. Got back home around 8. Which NFL team do you think would fit Chaz Chambliss the best? Is that a joke? You have to be joking. You have to be joking. 1st and 10, Oregon keeps it on the ground. Nowhere to go. Gains a couple of yards. That's about it. 2nd and 8 now on the 12. If y'all are looking for Chapel Hill, you're wasting your time. He doesn't have the balls or the money to make that bet. What's good, Lou? Who you got in this one? My dumb ass took Oregon, so I don't know. It's not looking good so far, but it's still early. We'll see what happens. Pass complete on 2nd and 8. Makes a couple of guys miss and gets loose up close to the 30-yard line before he steps out of bounds around the 28 or the 29. Biggest play of the game so far for Oregon, picks up 15, 16 yards. Should have had him type it around the 15. Bad news bears, Oregon players running into each other. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage. Again, they make the defender miss and get forward for 5, maybe 6 yards that time. 2nd and about 4 coming up for Oregon. Another one of those quick hitch passes at the line of scrimmage that every single team in the country is running 100 times a game now. Lou, if UJ loses, what do you think would need to happen for us to get in the playoffs? Georgia's not getting in the playoffs if they lose. This is a playoff game. Second and 3. I mean, I don't know what the hell the committee is going to do, but, I mean, Georgia's got a chance to make the playoffs by winning this game. I mean, that should be the plan. Not how do we get in if we lose. That's Bama mentality. That's Ohio State mentality. The Dogfather was an elite coach in the 80s and 90s for UW. Took to many New Year's Six games. He's the reason Saban kept coaching football when he wanted to quit in the late 90s. He told him to keep going. Oh, okay. Thank you. 1st and 10 for Oregon. They trail 10-0. They've got the ball on their own 41. Motion, snap. Bo Nix is going to keep this time right up the middle for about 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up now for Oregon. 12.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Did any of y'all see where T.I. put his son in a headlock at the Falcons game last week? Almost choked him out for being disrespectful. No, I'm behind on my T.I. family drama. I'm a little behind on my T.I. family drama there. 2nd and 5 for Oregon. Bo Nix back to throw. Complete across midfield. Picks up a first down to the Washington 47 or 46 yard line. Best drive of the game so far for Oregon. 11:50 to go in the second quarter. They're down 10-0. I mean, I guess if Texas loses, Michigan loses, and Florida State loses, then if Georgia loses, they could still get in, but who knows? 1st and 10. Another completed pass. Again, they make the wide receiver makes 2 guys miss and scoots forward for another first down up near the 35. Oregon wide receivers are putting it on these Washington DBs on this drive. Tons of missed tackles in the secondary on this drive have resulted in 2 or 3 Oregon first downs. Good looking drive here for Oregon. Coming up on 11 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Pass complete. And another first down. Gain of 11. Oregon making it look easy now. It was Washington in the first quarter. Now Oregon. Everything looks easy. Wide open. Just nobody covered this guy out in the flat. Nobody picked him up. Luckily, he's slow as shit, or it would have been a touchdown. 1st and 10, Oregon in the red zone now on the 24. Bo Nix in a shotgun, 4 wide. 3 to the top, 1 underneath. Toss sweep to the top of the screen, cuts it upfield. Picks up maybe 3 yards. That's about it. 2nd and 7 now on about the 21-yard line. Would Matt Luke to Clemson be a good hire? I think Matt Luke's a great offensive line coach. He's a good recruiter, too. But I don't know. Is Matt Luke looking to get back into coaching? I don't know, because he retired 2 years ago. He just up and quit. Retired at the end of the 2021 season. So I don't know. Is he looking to get back into coaching? There's a good play by the Washington defense. Oregon tried that quick pass out in the flat to the receiver again, and Oregon broke that one up. Dropped for a loss on the play. 3rd and long coming up now for Oregon around the 25. Loss of 2 or 3 yards that time. Went to the well one too many times on those quick hitch routes. 3rd and 9 for Oregon. They're down 10-0 coming up on 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Did y'all just see those Oregon girls they showed? I wonder if they shit on the sidewalk. 3rd and 9, Bo Nix back to pass. Deep over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage. It was good throw, good coverage, got knocked away. 4th and 9, it looks like Oregon will have to kick a field goal here. Yeah, good coverage there. Oh, no, there is a flag. You're right. I didn't see him throw the flag on TV, and I looked down at the chat and saw somebody type it. Yeah, it looks like Washington was offsides on the play. So that was a free play for Oregon. Not enough to give them a first down. So it's going to be, what, 3rd and 4 now? It was 3rd and 9. Yeah, they'll get another crack here at this 3rd down. Instead of 3rd and 9, it'll be 3rd and 4. And yeah, you can see the Washington man's helmet clearly offsides there. So Oregon with a second chance here. 3rd and 4 now from the 18. Bo Nix talking to his line of scrimmage. Now he's back. Spreads his wide receivers out, and now he's ready. Snap, back to throw. Looks to his left. Incomplete, knocked away again. Tried the slant route, good coverage, and knocked away, and the receiver is not getting up. It's like he's holding his hands or his wrist. here. Let's see. I'm not going to see it from that angle. Here we go. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there to the receiver. Looked like he was kind of favoring his hand. Hard to tell what happened from the replay. It wasn't any type of a big hit or anything. I don't know if he landed on it funny or what, but he's still on the ground. They're bending his arm and his wrist around like this. I don't know. We'll see. Commercial break, though. Sorry, Lou, my pet grandmother's goldfish just passed. Please be understanding during this difficult time. Send your thoughts and prayers. Bets off. All right, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. There you go. Yeah. Don't offer to make bets and then when the bet is accepted, back out of the bet. Don't do that. In other words, don't be 9 years old. If you're 9, you shouldn't be in here anyway. So take a break. Go check on your grandma. I'm sure your grandma needs you in this difficult time. Go check on her. Go rub her feet or whatever it is you normally do in the evenings. This Tar Heel man is an absolute clown. Can we get a 5-star dummy for him? You know what? We probably can. 5-star dummy. Yeah, I think that was a good idea. 5-star dummy. What's in the cup? Water. Water. Oregon got the best uniformed in college football. Which one? All of their uniforms are the best in college football? So, like, they have like, if you were to rank college football uniforms 1 through 100, Oregon would be like 1 through 25, and then it would start after that? Like, which one are you talking about? One more time. There you go, Chapel Hill, broke bitch. 5-star dummy. No, it's always been 5-star dummy. Let me go get a refill while it's a commercial. Slap your mama. Slap your mama Cajun seasoning. BK, have it your way. Tony Chatchery? Yeah. It's good too. Uncle Lou, have you ever been to room 40? Never heard of it, so I don't think I've been there. 722 viewers, hit the like button. Yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up. That is a big help. It doesn't take any time, effort, or energy on your part either, so It's the easiest thing you can do to help support the show and the channel. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you hadn't already. Hopefully we'll get a good game tonight. I don't know, 10-3 right now. Or did Oregon make the field goal? Shit, I walked away. Yeah, they did make the field goal, 10-3. Seth Bauer says, Nebraska is a garbage can. They are dead worse than Tennessee. You might be right. Who has anyone played? Nobody's ever played anybody in the history of this channel, according to the comments section. Arch won't transfer. Sark doesn't allow people to come back once they've left. Yeah, I don't think Arch Manning will transfer either. I mean, would it be the most shocking thing? No, I'm not shocked at all anymore when it comes to anybody transferring anywhere, but my guess would be that Arch Manning does not transfer. Nebraska's always been dead since the 90s. Yeah, same as Tennessee. Same as Tennessee. Who had they played? You know they ain't played nobody. You know they ain't played nobody. Notre Dame hasn't played in a conference title game ever. That's not true. That's fake news. It's fake news, Josh. Notre Dame has played in a conference title game and they got their ass beat. Is Arch Manning really that good? Well, every recruiting service on the planet thought he was good. So did every scouting department at every major university, because they all wanted him. Hope my TV will be safe tomorrow. I don't know about you, Lou, says Blaine. I would be shocked if I broke a TV whenever it is that Georgia eventually loses a game. I would be shocked. Now, who know? I don't know what I'll do. I mean, people ask me all the time, Lou, what are you going to do when Georgia loses? I don't know. It's a reaction. If you plan what you're going to do, it's not a reaction. It's a fucking skit. I don't ever know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to react to any Georgia win or loss. But I can't imagine being so mad that I would break a TV after the run that Georgia's had. I mean, I would be upset. I don't want Georgia to ever lose. I'd be upset, but I mean, Georgia's not going to win every game from now to the end of time. They've won back-to-back national titles, 29 straight games, 44 of their last 45. I'm running out of things to be mad about when it comes to for the majority of my life, one of my favorite things to do was to be mad at Georgia about something. And I'm running out of reasons right now. I'm running out of reasons to criticize Georgia. I'm running out of reasons to be mad at Georgia. 1st and 10 for Washington. Oregon did kick that field goal. They now trail by 7. Washington 10, Oregon 3. 8:46 to go in the second quarter. Washington 1st and 10 on their own 25. Play action pass. Penix back to throw. Deep towards the sideline. Caught on a deep out route. Adunze had separation that time. Penix put it right on the money. Looks like about a 15-yard, 20-yard out route. Gain of 21 on the play. Penix put that one right on the money, too. Nice route, nice throw, nice catch. Created separation. 1st and 10, Washington. Uncle Lou, did you hear about the idiot Oklahoma State frat that killed an actual Longhorn and took pictures of it? Yeah, I saw that. Heard about that this afternoon. Some of these frats do some wild shit. 1st and 10 for Washington on their own 47. Penix back to throw again. Looking, throws over the middle, complete. Hit and tackled right away after a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7. Pass completed to the tight end that time right over the middle. 7:50 to go in the second quarter now. Oh, Chapel Hill got timed out again? Damn. What a shame that is. I hate to see that. I hate that somebody did that. Oh, well. 2nd and 6 for Washington. On the Oregon 49. 3 wide to the bottom. Penix shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Blitz. Washington picks it up. Penix going deep. Has a man. Caught inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Boy, got behind the defense that time, and Penix threw it over the top. Wide receiver ran underneath it and caught it. Let's see what happened here. But Oregon brings a safety blitz. So you got man coverage downfield, and he just ran right by the safety. He just ran right by him. Safety got caught flat-footed back there. Look at number 7. What are you doing? Turn around. You turn around too late, dummy. You better get them hips around. Spin them hips around and take off, dummy. Oregon burnt over the top. 1st and goal from the 4. Jet sweep. Touchdown Washington. Boy, they made that look way too easy. 20-yard out route. 50-yard bomb. Jet sweep into the end zone. 4-yard touchdown run. Washington back up on top by 10, or they will be. No, 14. Sorry, 14. 16-3. Extra point will make it 17-3. Oregon is broken. Uh-oh. Yep. This is the end of the Oregon Trail as we know it. They done caught dysentery and half their party has died. As a result, it looks like. This sports show that nothing is for sure. Softer than they were under Cristobal. Uh-oh. That can't be true. Why do they have to stop an extra point? Delay a game on an extra point. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Do we even need a play clock on an extra point? I mean, why stop? Why slow the game down for this? Looking good for Alabama to make the playoff. This game doesn't have anything to do with Alabama making the playoff. Nothing. The winner of this game is making the playoff and the loser is not. That's has nothing to do with Bama. I don't understand how some of y'all can be this dumb. This game has nothing to do with Alabama at all. Alabama has to win, and 2 of the following have to lose. Florida State, Michigan, Texas. That's it. Bama has to win, and 2 of the other 3 have to lose between Florida State, Texas, and Michigan. That's it. It's literally that simple. It's got nothing to do with this game at all. Nothing. I don't understand y'all. I don't get y'all. This game doesn't have anything to do with Bama making the play. Bama fans think everything's about them some kind of way. Well, we just deserve to be in the playoffs. No, you don't. You're not very good. These are the same Bama fans that thought they deserved to be in last year when they were 10-2, couldn't win their division, got beat by Tennessee and LSU, and their best win was against a 5-loss Mississippi State team. You know, they always think they deserve to be in. They don't. Juan Luna says, if UT and Oregon lose, no one left to match up with UGA. My Texas and Oregon. Washington looks so effortlessly in sync right now. They do. They look more well prepared for this game than Oregon does. Oregon looks shell shocked. I mean, they're getting beat every which way here. I just saw a Bama video where they begging to be in the playoffs, thinking the UJ game is a given. These motherfuckers are insane, says Jay Shipes. I mean, there's a way for Bama to get in. They've got to win, and then 2 of the 3 have to lose between Michigan, Florida State, and Texas, and then they're in. The winner of this game is in, period. Doesn't matter who wins. The winner is in, period. If Michigan wins, they're in, period. If Florida State wins, they're in, period. And if Georgia wins, they're in, period. Texas needs 1 team to lose. Alabama needs 2 teams to lose. This is directed to UNC. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. What? Texas needs more than one to lose, buddy. No, they don't. No, they don't. The winner of this game is in. If Michigan loses, Texas is in. If Florida State loses, Texas is in. Yeah, if either one of them loses, that's it. That's all they need. You're going to have 5 conference champions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Winner of this one's automatically in. If Michigan loses, Texas would get in if they win. It's that simple. What if Texas loses and Florida State? I just told you what would happen if Texas and Florida State win. If Bama wins and 2 of those 3 teams lose, Bama would get in. It's not as complicated as some of y'all are trying to make it out to be. It's not. The winner of this game is in. If Michigan wins, they're in. If Florida State wins, they're in because they're undefeated. If Michigan loses, the Big Ten is out. So that leaves 4 conferences. The ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12. If Michigan wins but Florida State loses, the ACC is out. That leaves 4 conferences. Not that hard to figure it out. I know you're going to hate me for this. Well, then don't ask. What? Front row seats to a Dolly Parton concert? Or were they giving them away at the gas station or something? I'm going to be very unhappy if they ditch conference championships, says Murray. 2nd and 11 for Oregon. They're down 14, 17-3 with 6 minutes to go until halftime. Bo Nix, hands off. Well, I tell you what, no matter how many times Oregon runs it right up the middle, it's just not going to work. They hadn't gained more than a yard or 2 on any of them runs up the middle. Texas Meats, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Okay, people, stop with the Ohio State getting in. We blew it. Let it go. Yeah, Ohio State's not getting in. You're right. You're 100% right. 3rd and 9. Trips to the bottom, 1 up top for Bo Nix, who's in a shotgun. Got a running back standing next to him. 3rd and 9. 5:25 to go till halftime. 17-3 is your score. Nix back to throw. Pass complete on a crossing route, but well short of the first down. Going to be 4 or 5 yards short. Oregon's going to have to kick it away again. 3rd and 9, you throw a 4-yard pass. I'll never understand it as long as I live. And I see it game after game after game every single week. I don't even know why there's a 4-yard route on 3rd and 9. The shit don't make no sense at all. If it happens, I'll make $160 on my $10 bet. Not sure what you're talking about there. Oregon punter getting a workout. 4th and 4, Oregon kicks it away. This one's going to be fielded back at the 15. Fair catch called and made. Washington will take over right there. 4:37 to go until halftime. Washington 17, Oregon 3. Washington all over the Ducks in this one. Scotty says, I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong on this one so far, too. I picked Oregon in this one. Why would you want to... Oh, never mind. If Washington scores again, it'll be difficult for Oregon to come back, says Chance. I think I've won my Washington bet tonight, says Lucas. Did you have them at +9 or 10? That's looking pretty good right now if you did. Washington didn't happen to hire a suspicious-looking individual with camera, sunglasses, a hat, and a goatee, did he? That was good. That was good. You got Washington +10. Yeah, Washington +10 looks pretty good right now. You got a 20-point cushion. No, you got a 24-point cushion. Yeah, Washington looks good. Can't believe Washington was a 9.5-point dog in this game. Seemed like easy money. It looks that way so far. Bo Nix is looking like Bo Kicks at Auburn. It's going to be a sad day to see FSU in a playoff game, says Chris. It won't be sad for whoever gets to play them. Whoever gets to play them is going to be loving that. Washington, Florida State, Georgia, and Michigan, says PN88. Lou, Texas versus Georgia, round 1. What say you? I don't care what the... in a 4-team playoff, the matchups don't matter to me in the first round. It's kind of irrelevant. I mean, there's only 2 games to play. You got to win them both. I really like Florida State. I'm not a fan, I'd say, but I just enjoy the team. I hope they lose tomorrow to save themselves the embarrassment that will occur in the college football playoff. By the way, Ladd and Brock are practicing, and they are playing tomorrow, says Favor Key. If Georgia, Washington, FSU, and Michigan win, Texas is out? Yes. Yes. One of those teams has to lose for Texas to get in. Wish the Gator season went better. You're going to have to wait at least a couple of years for that, buddy, because next year is probably going to be worse in terms of their record anyway. Their schedule is brutal. Florida's got to, in the non-con, Florida's got to play Miami, Florida State, and Central Florida. So they have 3 Power 5 non-con games, plus their 8-game SEC schedule, which is one of the hardest in the SEC next year. It's going to be a long year for Florida next year. Some people don't care if the best teams are left out. Those are casuals. Well, best team in whose opinion? That's the problem with the best team argument. Best team according to who? You? That's the problem with when people do best team versus most deserving. If you line up 10 people and ask them to name the best 4 teams, you're going to get 10 different answers. Best team is just way too subjective. Best team according to who? You? There's not a sport on planet Earth that sits around at the end of the season and tries to pick the best 4 teams or the best 10 teams or whatever to get into a playoff. It's always the most deserving. Every sport on Earth, it's most deserving based on what? Your record. Solid Nero, thank you for the super chat. If Georgia wins tomorrow, Bama fans are going to be sad like the time they found out their daddy's wedding ring while finger banging their sisters. Good God. Oh, what you doing? What you doing? You had to come in here and see what's going on? You had to come in here and see what we're doing? Oh, you trying to say hi and see what they saying about you? What do you think they saying about you in there? They said they're not talking to you. You watching the game? It's up there. But the people said they're not talking to you. Yeah, they said they're not talking to you. Uh-oh, a double pass from Washington. I don't know what they're doing. Works, though. Picks up about 11 or 12 or 7 or 8 yards and a first down for Washington. Coming up on 3 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Oregon schedule shown on the field ain't played nobody. You're saying Oregon would be better if they had played somebody? Isn't a team just however amount of good a team is? Aren't they that good no matter who they play? Uh-oh, missed tackle, big play. Boy, Oregon just looks like they are just sleepwalking. Washington's going to embarrass them. Boy, this is, Oregon looks bad. Yeah, Oregon looks bad. Bo Nix old AF. I think he's 23. First and 10 for Washington on the Oregon 22. Play action pass. Penix throws. Complete. No, dropped. Hit him right on the hands, but he dropped it. Second and 10 coming up for Washington now. What are you talking about over there? You want me to put your thing up? Come here. You want to sit up there? Come on. Come on, you sit in the chair. Come on. There you go. Sit on your chair over there. Sit on your chair over there. Sit on your chair over there. Second and 10 for Washington. Toss sweep. Trying to get to the corner, not much room. Falls forward for a couple of yards. That's about it. 3rd and 8 coming up here. And this feels like a big play for Oregon to try to hold them to a field goal. 1:46 to go until halftime. Washington already up 14. Oregon is just getting handled on both sides of the ball. The cat's name is Monkey. If Michigan plays Florida State, it generally might be the first time this year they won't have to cheat, says Chris. Oregon -10, not looking good. Yeah, I thought I had a deal. I had it at Oregon -9. Yeah. 3rd and 5 coming up for Washington. Empty backfield here. On the Oregon 17, Penix all by himself in a shotgun, 5 wide all over the field. Snap. Throw. At the line of scrimmage. Caught. Oregon was ready. Tackled for no gain. Probably lost a yard. 4th and long coming up. Washington will have to kick a field goal. 17-3 right now. Long field goal attempt coming up. And it looks like Oregon's going to take a timeout to stop the clock with 1:43 to go. So Oregon will get the ball back with some time on the clock, but man, they hadn't been able to do anything offensively. They had one halfway decent drive that stalled out in the red zone and they settled for a field goal. But other than that one drive, they've done nothing. They've looked bad, really, on offense. They've looked bad. Hope you Bama fans are ready for tomorrow after all the typing you've been doing, says Austin. Yeah, I've got a live shot of Bama fans right now. There they are. Look at them. Just look at them. You see them with the type. They just can't help themselves, can they? They just can't help themselves, them Bama fans. Type. Type. Here comes a field goal attempt. It'll be about a 38-yarder. Kick is up and it looks good. And it is good. 20-3 is your score. 17-point game with 1:39 to go in the second quarter. Oregon is getting ran out of the building here in Vegas in the first half of this one. They're going to have to come up with some kind of miracle adjustments or something at halftime, but they look lazy. They look uninspired. They're missing tackles. They have not looked good at all in this game here. They have not looked good at all. Look unprepared. They look overwhelmed is what it is. They don't look ready for the moment. They look extremely overwhelmed. This is a reminder that at halftime, I will be taking a brief break. I'll put this picture up on the screen at halftime. And I will be back before the start of the third quarter. But for any of you that might be new to these game streams, I always take about a 5-minute break during halftime. I don't end the stream, I just put that picture up. Here comes the kickoff from Washington after that field goal made it 20-3. They're up 17 over Oregon. Kick is away. This one's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, Oregon on their own 25 with 1:43 remaining. 850 Matthew, what's up, buddy? He says, woo, what's going on with the Rubber Duckies? They're getting humiliated. That's what's going on right now. They are getting outmatched, outclassed, outplayed, outcoached. They're getting beat on the lines of scrimmage. They can't run the ball. They're missing tackles defensively. Receivers are wide open for Washington. It's not been good. There's really not one single thing Oregon has done good in this game. They're bad on offense, bad on defense, can't run, can't throw, can't tackle, can't cover. It's been all bad for Oregon. 1st and 10, though, on their own 25, down 17 with 1:39 to go. Nix rolls out to his right. Throws deep this time. Caught wide open across midfield. Still on his feet, 40. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Huge play for Bo Nix and Oregon that time. They finally throw the ball downfield, and this number 15 was wide open. Just nobody picked him up. Just an outside seam route, nobody near him. Gets loose in the secondary before finally being pushed out of bounds and rammed face first into a bench. 1st and 10, though, on the Washington 36. Nix back to throw again. Steps up in the pocket. Deep. Nobody home. I think he was throwing that one away. Lands in the end zone. Nobody anywhere near it. Not sure what he was doing there or if he was just throwing it away. How do you feel about Sean Spencer and Corey Raymond's termination? I don't know who those people are. Second and 10 for Oregon. On the Washington 36, Bo Nix throws complete. Another 1st down inside the 25 to the 24. Oregon in the red zone, 1:17 to go. They've got one timeout that they can use if they need to rush a field goal unit out on the field or something towards the end of the half. Of course, they would much rather score a touchdown here and try to start to get themselves back into this game. We'll see. Empty backfield for Bo Nix. Clock ticks down to 1 minute to go. Snap, back to throw. 4-man rush. Incomplete. Right off the hands of a wide receiver on a slant route. Should have been caught. And the wide receiver just dropped it. Not on Bo Nix that time. Clock stops on the incomplete pass, though. 2nd and 10 coming up for Oregon on the Washington 24. But you got to make that catch there. Probably not going to be a big play. I mean, you're going to get probably tackled right away, but you got to make that catch. 2nd and 10 on the 24, 57 seconds to go until halftime. Oregon down 17. Bo Nix talking to the line of scrimmage now. It looks like Washington might be bringing pressure. They back out of it. Nix throws. Corner route into the end zone, incomplete. They're going to get Washington for pass interference there. Yeah. Well, no. The reason it was over his head is because you wouldn't let him run around you. You were grabbing onto him. That looked like pass interference. Or holding. Yeah, I mean, you can't. You got to let the guy. Yeah, that's pass interference. Yeah, that's pass interference. That's going to give Oregon a 1st down. I mean, you can't hold the guy and then say, well, it went over his head. Well, yeah. 1st and goal now. Inside the 10 for Oregon on the 9. 4 wide. Nix in a shotgun. Motion. Snap. Handoff. No, Bo Nix keeps. Has room inside the 5. Down to the 1. Still plenty of time on the clock. 40 seconds. Oregon does have a timeout. 40 seconds, plenty of time, though. 2nd and goal from the 2, they're going to call it. Nix in a shotgun again. Hands it off this time. Nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 3rd and goal coming up. 25 seconds to go. Boy, Bo Nix probably should have found a way to score on that last play. I don't know if they're going to get in from here. 3rd and goal, 15 seconds, clock ticking. Bo Nix wants to keep. Now he wants to throw. What a catch if he caught it. Oh my God, a one-handed grab by what looks like the tight end in the corner of the end zone. Wow. Bo Nix looked like he was going to run, and then he lobbed it up to the corner of the end zone, and Mans came down with it. I'm sure they're going to look at it to make sure he wasn't bobbling or whatever, but he went up with one hand and brought it down. Great catch. Boy, that feels big for Oregon, doesn't it? It sure feels like a big difference going to halftime 20-10 versus going 20-3. At least you did something offensively here in the first half to try to give yourself some confidence now heading into halftime. They're still going to have to figure something out defensively, though, because Washington has gone up and down the field every time they've had the ball. I think they've only punted once. Do you think Oregon's performance is a wake-up call for the other favorites? Hopefully all the favorites are paying attention, says Tyler Archer. I don't think this has anything to do with Oregon being a favorite. I mean, they lost to Washington. I mean, we get caught up on that shit as fans. Who's favored by this amount or that amount, and then the gambling stuff that goes along with it. Oregon got beat by Washington 6 weeks ago. I don't think it matters to Oregon that they're favored here. I mean, this is a revenge game for them. It's a conference championship game. A trip to the playoffs is on the line. Like, this game couldn't be any bigger. I don't think it's a, like they're sleepwalking because Vegas says they're a 9-point favorite. I don't think that's the case. I think they're just getting beat. I just think they're getting beat. Even score in nearly the half. This could turn around. Well, it's not an even score. They're down by 10. Washington getting 2 key players back on defense, and they are playing good, says Noel 850. Wasn't Alabama favored in the last 3 games? They lost. That's an excellent point. It's an excellent point. Somebody complaining about the pass interference call? I thought it was pass interference. And I don't care about either one of these teams. I thought it was pass interference. All right, it's halftime. Your score 20-10, Washington on top. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, and I will be back at the start of the 3rd quarter, so don't run off. These throw the footballs in the can shit are always hilarious to me. Sometimes you get these people, they got strategies and shit. Sometimes they'll throw them underhanded. Let's see what these two jamokes are going to do here. Jeremiah versus Muhammad. Yeah, neither one of these people know what the fuck they're doing. Look at them. At least Muhammad could make it in the hole. Shit, this other guy, is he going to make one? There he goes. This guy on the left doesn't have a chance. Out here looking like Ballard. Muhammad's going to win this one. I think Muhammad's got this. Yeah. It looked like Muhammad got it. Yeah. That guy on the left, look, he never seen a football before. Was that Jalen Mildew on the left? That might have been Jalen Mildew on the left there. He couldn't throw that damn thing, could he? What a shame. You get the girls out there sometimes throw the shit underhand and they're pretty good at it. Lou is hiding and eating Ahmad's pizza. Doesn't want anyone to know. Lou's right here. Lou, thanks for Fran Brown. We can sure use him up here at the Fruit. Yeah, unfortunately, nobody can recruit there. Not even Fran Brown. He's a hell of a recruiter. I don't know what, as far as a head coach, I've got no idea. But as far as, he was a A++ level recruiter. But, I mean, shit. It's hard to recruit in northern New York. The Catholic Church can't even recruit pedophiles in northern New York. I mean, it's just impossible to recruit up there. Type on that. Type. The guy kind of looked like Ooga Badoogie. I don't know about that. Georgia takes on peaking Alabama. When did they peak? Last week against Auburn? You can't be serious. You can't be serious. I wonder if he'll use that money to blow something up. Damn. Y'all are racist as shit. Mildew is big. Gonna play in the spotlight. Just heard one of Alabama's running backs is out. Yeah, Jace McClellan, but I mean, come on. Jace McClellan ain't nothing special. There's 100 Jace McClellans spread out across college football. Any average college football roster in the country has 2 Jace McClellans on it. He's not very good. Charles Bradley says, Lou shot me the bird. Like this? When did I do that? I wonder what your honest opinion is on what the key is to hang in there for 4 quarters with UJ. I mean, really honest opinion. What, for Bama? Mildew's got to throw the ball 10, 15, 20 yards down the field. And they've got to stop Georgia's running game. That's what I would say. And get pressure on Carson Beck. Slow down. Don't let Georgia run on you. That's defense. Offense, Mildew's going to have to complete 15 and 20-yard passes. Dashing through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh. Bama's going down, laughing all the way. Crying all the way. That's what they'll be doing. They'll be crying all the way. Mildew needs to learn to throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I don't want to talk about Palestine, please, says Marie. All right. I can't get over this dude said Iowa going to beat Michigan. Boy, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? That would be hilarious. Yeah, the only difference between Mildew and Jace McClellan is that Mildew is a slightly better passer. That's it. This game doesn't affect anyone else's ability to make the college football playoff. Not Bama, not Texas, not anyone else. The winner of this game is getting in, period. This game doesn't positively or negatively affect anybody else's chance of making the playoffs. All those what-if scenarios are going to be tomorrow when teams start winning and losing. I like Brian McClendon. He's been around a long time. No, it doesn't, Tony. The winner of this game is getting in, period. What's Georgia's excuse for beating Georgia Tech? You don't need an excuse for winning, do you? All fun and games until Liberty gets the 4th spot. Liberty. Give me Liberty or give me back to BCS. Liberty. All right, what are we timing people out about? What is this? Why did you time him out? Brave Train, somebody timed you out. I don't know why, but I can't undo it. They shouldn't have done that from what I can tell. So I'm sorry about that, but I can't undo a timeout, but one of the mods timed you out. Unless you did or said something that I don't know about. Maybe they accidentally did it. I don't know. So sorry about that. I think YouTube should fix that. I think YouTube should let me, as the owner of the channel, undo a timeout that somebody gets put in. Yeah, oh, don't worry about it, Ben. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. It was an accident. What was the guy's name again that you timed out? Brave Train, that was an accident that somebody timed you out. So again, I apologize for that. Hopefully no hard feelings in that. Being Supreme, thank you for the super chat. Says, Lou, hope you had a good trip. I know you were talking about Florida doing dumb things in the off season during your season is over. And we've had like 5 players transfer and ETN might transfer. Sunbelt Billy collapsing. That would be terrible news if ETN transferred. 1st and 10 for Oregon. Going deep on the first play of the second half. I don't understand that route right there. They had 2 wide receivers racing each other down the field, literally 2 yards apart. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know how you sit in a locker room for 10 minutes and then that's the play you come up with to start the 3rd quarter. Let's send 2 wide receivers 40 yards downfield to the same exact spot and then throw it 10 yards over their head. I don't know what that was there. I know it was piss poor, but I don't know the reasoning behind it. Second and 10 coming up for Oregon. They're on their own 42. Pass complete on a slant. Picks up 5 yards, maybe 5 or 6 yards. 3rd down here for Oregon. Things would get interesting if Oregon could go down and score here to start out the second half. Let's see if they can stay on the field and convert this 3rd down. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the 3rd. 3rd and 5. Bo Nix directing some traffic here. Now he's ready. Shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Throws off his back foot. Incomplete. It looked like the receiver lost the ball in the lights. That probably should have been caught. A wheel route. a wheel route, and it looked like the receiver just lost the ball in the lights. I think, and he was doing this. That probably should have been caught. Instead, 4th and 5, and here goes Dan Lanning. Here goes Dan Lanning. Boy, he should be punting the ball here. I love Dan Lanning. He should be punting the ball here. 4th and 5 on your own 47-yard line. Snap, back to throw. Pass complete for a first down. That doesn't make it the right decision. Making a wrong decision and being rewarded for it doesn't mean the decision was correct. That was the wrong decision. If you play blackjack and you split tens and you win the hand, it doesn't mean you made the right decision. You still made the wrong fucking decision. May tomorrow be the best Georgia versus Alabama game, says Wotod99. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. $13:24 to go in the third quarter. Oregon down 10. Ball on the 47 of Washington. Shotgun. Bo Nix snaps. Handoff. Up the middle. And again, just no room up the middle. No matter how many times they run up the middle, it's a 1-yard gain every single time. And that's what happened again. I think the timeouts are 5 minutes long. And again, I apologize for that. Somebody put you in timeout on accident. A 3rd and 9 coming up for Oregon. Bo Nix back to throw. Down the sideline, has a man caught. Was that wheel route again? Streaking down the sideline, and Bo Nix put it on the money that time, and the receiver did see it and caught it. Big play down into the red zone. Yep, wheel route again. The out and up. The wheel route. Handoff, bounces to the outside and gains 7 or 8 yards. Those outside runs seem to be working a lot better than the ones up the middle. 2nd and short coming up for Oregon. What's going to get interesting if Oregon go down and score here? We still got to see Oregon's defense do something, though. I mean, they had no answers for Washington in the first half. I think Washington only punted 1 time in the first half. So, I mean, Oregon's offense is obviously looking better their last 2 possessions, but unless their defense can figure something out, I don't know if it's going to matter. Bo Nix throws incomplete. Boy, those plays where Bo Nix looks like he wants to run, but then he wants to pass, but then he wants to run, and then he wants to pass. If I was an Oregon fan, these types of plays right here would give me a heart attack. Bo Nix does too much circus shit for me. He would drive me to an early grave if he was my quarterback. He would drive me to an early grave. 3rd and 2. Bo Nix throws, pass complete behind the line of scrimmage, and a first down. Wow, 3rd and 2, and he barely got it. Needed to get to the 6-yard line, and that's where he got. 1st and goal, Oregon on the 6. Washington 20, Oregon 10, 11:28 to go in the third. This is the first possession of the second half. I'm an Auburn fan, and he drove us into a grave, says Justin Thomas. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching him do this at Auburn, and I mean, sometimes it works. And you remember? Hell, it was Auburn versus Oregon. Was the first game of Bo Nix's career. He was a true freshman. Incomplete pass on 1st and goal. He was a true freshman. Auburn was down. They had the ball, it seems like around midfield, and Bo Nix did one of them circus deals where he ran around, basically closed his eyes and threw it off his back foot, just a complete prayer, down to like the 2-yard line into double coverage, And somehow the Auburn receiver came down with the ball, caught it, and scored. Game over. Auburn beats Oregon on the last play of the game, and Bo Nix was like a hero from that point forward. But he never won another big game after that. It was just like, so it works sometimes, that running around circusy shit, but just too many damn mistakes when you do that. I would have so much anxiety if Bo Nix was my quarterback. Harsin sucked. Yeah, that was under Goose Malzahn. No, that game. The Auburn-Oregon game, that was under Goose Malzahn. That was under Goose Malzahn. 3rd and goal now coming up for Oregon. Field goal wouldn't be the worst possibility here. Being down 10, a field goal would be okay. You don't want to make a mistake here. Bo Nix scrambles, keeps it, dives forward to the 3. That's not going to cut it. 4th and goal from about the 3. And is Dan Lanning going to shit on the sidewalk again, or is he going to kick a field goal? This is what cost Oregon the first game. Inside the 10 and not taking the points. This is why Oregon lost the first game. Jesus Christ. Dan Lanning is a fucking buffoon. Empty backfield, 4th and goal from the 2. Bo Nix back to throw. Scrambling. Running for his life. Throws into the end zone. Caught. I still don't like that decision. That doesn't make it the right decision. That was a horrible decision. I don't understand that. I'm going to tell you something right now. If Dan Lanning was my coach and Bo Nix was my quarterback, how old am I, 45? I wouldn't live to see 46. I wouldn't live to see 46. That was the wrong decision. That's how they lost the first game to Washington. Going for it on 4th down and coming away with no points. Boy, that doesn't make it the right decision either. The fact that they scored doesn't make it the right decision. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. Boy, Dan Lanning's clown level is through the roof. Washington is choking, says Shane. Well, Oregon has scored touchdowns on back-to-back possessions. 1 possession to end the first half and 1 possession to start the second half. But it's like we were saying a minute ago, we still got to see Oregon's defense come out and do something, because Oregon's defense had no answers at all for Washington in the first half. I mean, Washington went up and down the field like Oregon's defense didn't even exist. You can't win games playing scared. I wish Ryan Day had the balls Dan Lanning does. Yeah, then he could lose multiple games a year instead of just 1. Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you? You're down 10 with 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. You take the field goal. You 100% take the field goal. It's common fucking sense. Hell, Billy Napier and Butch Jones would take the field goal there, and they're fucking it. They're I mean, goddamn, they're 2 of the dumbest people on planet Earth. As an Oregon fan, I wanted him to kick the field goal too, but we needed that touchdown. What is Oregon doing? What they just scored. That's what they're doing. Crying Ryan never going to win a national championship, let alone beat Michigan. He's already beat Michigan. What do you mean? He's already beat Michigan. Hasn't he? Yeah. DJ UncleLouHere is in the transfer protocol. Yes, he is in the transfer protocol. I don't blame him. If I was at Oregon State, I'd get the fuck out too. They're going to be a group of 5 team next year. I mean, Oregon State's going in the Mountain West. I'd get out too. Brock Tony, thank you for the super chat. You see USC hired UCLA's DC. Nothing will change. Yeah, I'm not convinced it matters who Southern Cal's defensive coordinator is. Lincoln Riley has got to make philosophical changes to the program from the top down. He's got to change his mindset when it comes to recruiting, strength and conditioning, off-season workouts and training, all of it. It's got to be a top-down overhaul of the way Lincoln Riley approaches the game of college football, or it's not going to matter who the defensive coordinator is. Lanning probably went for it because of what you just said. Their defense sucks. Field goals won't cut it. The Georgia Brock Bowers going to lose to the Alabama beats Auburn last second drives. Washington will still win, says Exotic T. Who cares if he beat Michigan before he's still 1-6 versus college football playoff top 5? Well, I'm not saying I care or anyone cares, but someone said he's never beating Michigan. And I was just pointing out that that's not true because he already has. I didn't say whether or not anyone should care. It seems like you care. All right, let's see if Oregon's defense tightened up during the halftime break. Washington's going to get the ball back for the first time in what seems like forever. Oregon had the ball at the end of the first half and then a 5.5-minute drive here to open the second half. Both of those drives resulted in touchdowns. Hard to believe it was 20-3 20 minutes ago. 20-17, Washington up over Oregon. 9:39 to go in the third quarter. Washington has the ball first and 10 on their own 25. Penix in a shotgun, moving a bunch of pieces around. Now he's ready. Snap. Handoff right up the gut. Picks up a couple of yards. 1 yard, I guess. That's about it. Second and long coming up now for the Huskies. Again, Lucas, 5-star dummy. What'd Lucas say now? Where's Lucas? Lucas, what'd you say? People are calling you a 5-star dummy, Lucas. Who cares if he beat Michigan before he's still 1-6 versus college football playoff top 5? Lou, what year were you born? What year were you born, Tony? I used to work at the fair guessing people's age, but hell, I can't see you. Second and 8. Uh-oh. Nice run from Washington here all the way out to the 44-yard line. Nice gain that time. First down and then some for Washington. 1977. You're older than me. First and 10 for Washington. On their own 43. They're up 3. Trips to the bottom. Penix shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Behind the line of scrimmage. Complete. Picks up about 4 yards. That's about it. Second and 6 coming up now for Washington. 1980? No. I'm older than that. Never figured me for a carny? Yeah. Learn something new every day right here on the LouTube. Second and 6 for Washington. Stick around. I'll teach you all kind of stuff. I'll teach you all kind of stuff you never knew you needed to know. Second and 6. Penix back to throw. All day in the pocket. Deep. Overthrows everybody. Incomplete. Third and 6 coming up for Washington. Oh. Stop timing people out. 1975, Lou was born. I'm not that old. I already told you the guy that was born in 1977 was older than me. How could I be born in 1975 if the guy that was born in 1977 is older than me? Third and 6. False start on Washington. That's going to back them up. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Washington is choking on a duck bone. Uh-oh. What about all the people 3 minutes into the game that said this game was over and Washington was going to blow them out because Washington scored on their first possession? Where'd those people go? Lou, do you think Klatt has good takes? I think he's like anybody else. Some of his takes are you know, okay. Some aren't. I mean, I don't think he's an idiot. You know, I think he's basically, you know what he is? He's Fox's version of Kirk Herbstreit. I mean, I think he's knowledgeable about football. Interception. Wow, terrible throw by Penix. I don't know what happened there. That's the second or third time, but I don't know if that's a receiver running the wrong route. I don't know what happened here, but I mean, it looked like he purposely threw to. Why has Penix got one eye? Penix is fucking blind. Did y'all see that? Penix was looking up at the scoreboard and he literally had to close one eye to look at the scoreboard. Get this man some contacts. Look, he threw it right to the Oregon man. Please tell me y'all saw that. They showed a close-up of Michael Penix, and he looked up at the replay thing, and he literally had to squint and close one eye to see it. Get that man some contacts. 1st and 10 Oregon after the turnover. That could be the biggest play of the game right there. What if Oregon goes down and scores here? End up scoring on 3 consecutive drives. Shit. Hey, if they score here, my Oregon -9 is still alive. Where'd everybody go that said the game was over with 11 minutes to go in the first quarter? Where are those people at? You can't find one of those people now with a map and a fucking telescope. Bo Nix back to throw. Escapes out to the right, looking downfield. Nowhere to go. And now he threw. Let me guess. He lost the contact too. Look at this. Now he does the same thing Penix did. He threw it right to the guy. What are you doing? Throw the ball out of bounds, dummy. Look at this. What is he looking at? What are you looking at? Oh, the Washington man went out of bounds and came back inbounds, though. I don't think you can do that. You can't go out of bounds and then back inbounds, can you? You can? Oh, okay. I thought once you went out of bounds, you couldn't come back inbounds and make a play on the ball. Long game, Lou. Called it in the beginning. Yeah, long game. I thought the same. I thought when you were out, you were out. I know I've seen receivers catch passes before, and then the referee come in and say that's an incomplete pass because the receiver went out of bounds and then came back inbounds, but maybe, does that not apply to the defense, maybe? I don't know. You can come back in if you're pushed out. He wasn't pushed out. He ran out on his own. Daniel says that rule doesn't apply for defenders. Okay. You can't be the first person to touch the ball. Well, he was the first person to touch the ball, wasn't he? Or was it tipped? Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman, says Sprite Man 2005. Yeah, I think it's either going to be either him or Bo Nix. Somebody, well, nothing automatically puts you in timeout. Somebody must have put you in timeout. They'll poke you in the eye if they won't get caught. Tired of seeing Dolly Parton. Yeah, I think everybody's tired of seeing. I was tired of seeing Dolly Parton 30 fucking years ago. Can come back in before pass is thrown. When was the last time a player on a 3-loss team won a Heisman? Lamar Jackson. 2018. Was Lamar Jackson was 2018, I think. Louisville, 3 losses. Jaden Daniels is loving this. Most people have already voted for the Heisman. Heisman voting started 5 days ago. This game won't have much effect at all on the Heisman. Most Heisman voters have already voted. You just have to establish yourself back in bounds. Okay. Yeah, so was the one at the Tennessee-Georgia game. Uncle Lou's an ACC hater. Okay. Jaden Daniels won the Heisman. It was announced earlier today. Yeah, that's fake news. What is... I can't help but wonder and worry, really, about some of y'all. Some of y'all probably drive and vote and God knows what else. First and 10 for Washington pass, complete, and out route picks up 3 or 4 yards. Uncle Lou is a patriot. Yeah, I'm a scoundrel and a gentleman, too. I vote and pay my taxes and everything. 2nd and 6. Handoff. Picks up about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for Washington up near midfield. Back-to-back turnovers here. A gift turnovers, too. Penix threw the ball right to an Oregon defensive back. Bo Nix comes out and does the exact same thing, throwing it right to a Washington DB. Literally back-to-back interceptions. Washington still up by 3, 20-17, 5:45 to go in the third. 3rd and 2 for Washington on their own 49. Shotgun for Penix. Motion. Snap. Penix back to throw. Gets rid of it. Nearly intercepted again. And a late flag comes in. They're going to get Oregon for pass interference here. What do you think on the Jonathan Smith hire? I don't think Michigan State's going to be doing much of anything of note anytime in the near future, with or without Jonathan Smith. I don't blame Jonathan Smith for leaving Oregon State, though. I mean, Oregon State is fixing to become a member of the Mountain West. So by taking a job at Michigan State, Jonathan Smith gives himself a job at a much more stable program because it's in the Big Ten. So hard to blame Jonathan Smith for making that move. I think it's a downgrade from Oregon State to Michigan State. I think is a downgrade in terms of where the programs are at right now. But I get it because Oregon State doesn't really have a home. It's not fair, but life ain't fair. So I don't blame Jonathan Smith for making that move. Lou, are you voting for Kanye? No, I didn't even know he was running, but no. Second and 5 for Washington. They are on the Oregon 32. They're up 3. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Penix shotgun snap. Hands it off. Tries to get to the outside. Now cuts it back up inside. And they're going to be a couple of yards short again. Another 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2. I'm way behind on the game. A lot of people are ahead of me on the game, says Lanny. Well, what I'm seeing is 3rd and 2 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third. But I watch on YouTube TV, which is YouTube TV is delayed versus cable or satellite. So if people at home are watching on cable or satellite, they're seeing it before anybody that's watching on a streaming service sees it. 3rd and 2. A fake sweep, and the Washington man falls down. The grass monster got him. The grass monster is undefeated. They've never missed a tackle. And Washington pays the price here. You cannot juke the grass monster. And down he goes for no particular reason at all. Might not have got the first down anyway, but would have had a chance. Instead, it's going to be 4th and 2. And let's see if Kalen DeBoer is as dumb as Dan Lanning. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Instead of kicking a 46-yard field goal, they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Penix rolls to his left. Pressure. Got him. Sacked. Never saw him coming. Backside blitz from the corner. It was a good play call because they had Penix rolling away from the blitz, but he just took too long to get rid of the ball. And the Oregon defender ran all the way across the field and tracked down Penix from behind. He never even saw him. And on 4th and 2, Washington takes a sack and turns the ball over. So these coaches are competing to see who can make the dumbest fucking decisions known to man. And Washington pays the price for their head coach's stupidity there. Instead of kicking a 46-yard field goal, they turn it over on downs. Marie makes a good point. Maybe he's rolling to his left because that's his good eye. That could be. That could be. That man... They showed Michael Penix after that interception, and he was looking up at the scoreboard like this. I don't know. I don't know. The Grass Monster should transfer to Southern Cal. Oh, yeah. Boy, yeah. He'd be an immediate starter there. Immediate starter. Big improvement for Southern Cal. Pete says out of bounds doesn't apply to defenders as long as they reestablish 2 feet in. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Why does Miami get recruits with no fans? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If Oregon wins this game, which they will, I've thought it since they were down by slot, Bo Nix will win the Heisman. I'm going to repeat this for about the 200th time during this stream. About 99% of the Heisman votes have already been cast. Okay? The Heisman vote has started 5 days ago. Most of the Heisman voting is done before today. Before today. Today will have very little effect on the Heisman. I don't know that either of these teams are better than FSU. What? Man, come on. Come on now. Miami needs those fake fans that the NBA had during COVID. Speaking of the NBA, Uncle Lou gambled with Joel Embiid the other day. Or is it Joel? I don't know. I don't know anything about the NBA. Somebody had to tell me who it was. I didn't know. I didn't know. I knew it. I figured it might have been somebody because they were 7 feet tall, and you just don't see a lot of 7 feet tall people. But yeah, it was Joel Embiid. Hi Lou, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Alejandro. How are you, buddy? Lil Wayne smoking during COVID NBA was legendary. Nobody cares. This is just a general message to everybody in the chat. Nobody in here cares who you're voting for anything. Nobody, literally nobody. In fact, it would be impossible for any of us to care less. That's not directed towards any one person in particular. And if you feel the need to run around and tell people who you're voting for or whatever, that's great, but literally not a soul cares who you're voting for. Lou blind as a bat. I am pretty blind, yeah. I am pretty blind. Maybe he used his nose to find the crab legs. Oh, man. think Prime Time is watching? Yeah, Coach Prime watches Uncle Lou every day like he's supposed to. 2nd and 3 for Oregon. They're on their own 44. Bo Nix back to throw. Under pressure. Scrambles to the left. Now he wants to run. Has a lot of room down the sideline. 30, 25, 20, 15. Out of bounds at the 12. That's about a 40-yard gain for Bo Nix. He had a whole bunch of blockers out in front. There was nobody on that side of the field for Washington. Watch this. Once Bo Nix gets around the corner, there's just nobody. There's just nobody there. All the routes went the other direction. And once he got to the sideline, there was literally nobody there. Wow. Huge play for Oregon. 1st and 10. They're down 3, 2:20 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 on the Washington 11, though. Nixon a shotgun with 4 wide. Nix. Free play. Look at, fat lineman diving into the end zone. Now it's not going to count. Bo Nix was down, I think. I'm pretty sure Bo Nix was down. But don't we all love a fat man touchdown, though? Don't we all love fat boy touchdowns? Yeah, Bo Nix is clearly down, but still, I appreciate the athleticism from, look, let's watch this again. This is pretty good form here. Fat boy touchdown. So Bo Nix doesn't really fumble, but did fumble. Fat boy picks it up and then monkey rolls into the end zone. Absolutely unbelievable. Amazing. We love to see that. They're still celebrating like they scored. Of course, they didn't score. We all know Bo Nix was down, and this is going to get reversed. I mean, he's down right there. Yeah, this is going to get reversed. But nevertheless, I do want to see this replay again. Everybody loves a fat boy touchdown. Okay, we know Bo Nix is down. Stop showing this same 3 goddamn seconds of the replay. We know the motherfucker was down. We want to see the fat boy. Jesus fucking Christ. Show me the goddamn fat boy touchdown and stop showing the same fucking. We know he was fucking down, dude. Stop showing the same shit over again and show me the fat boy touchdown. Jesus Christ. They're not going to fucking show it. We know he was down. Jesus, man. One of the best parts about football is a fat boy touchdown, and they didn't show it not one fucking time. They didn't show not one replay of that fat boy touchdown. What? Are they going to show it now? Probably not. Probably not. Nope, they fucking cut it off again. Jesus H. Christ, man. What in the actual fuck? Who's running this fucking circus here? Who's running this fucking ABC circus here? I mean, this is a goddamn shit show. This is a circus. The only thing missing is a midget and a cannon. They couldn't show one fucking replay of that fat boy touchdown. I'm so goddamn mad. Who gives a fuck if they score? I don't give a shit. Go ahead and score. Show that replay 19 fucking times. There you go. He walked into the end zone untouched. What would he fucking do? A running back scored a touchdown? Wow. I see that a million fucking times a week. Now show me that replay 19 goddamn times when nobody needs to see it. But don't show me the fat boy monkey roll into the end zone touchdown. Holy shit. This is fucking insane. This is fucking ridiculous. Why does Oregon have a stripper on the sideline dressed in a brown onesie? Extra point is good. Oregon's up 24-20. Of course, I need Oregon to score again. I'm on Oregon -9. Did y'all see that stripper on the sideline wearing the brown jumpsuit? Luther from Portland, stop acting shocked. Well, in Portland, they shit on the sidewalk. People in Oregon are, I don't know, man. People in Oregon shit on the sidewalk, Portland or not. Washington is a dumpster fire. You were in here with 3 minutes. You were in here 3 minutes into the first quarter. saying Oregon was a dumpster fire and was going to get blown out. Now you're in here saying Washington's going to get blown out. Ah, damn. Jesus Christ. Well, you want to see a fat boy touchdown. You're lucky if you get to see it 2 or 3 times a goddamn year. And these fucking jabronis running the goddamn broadcast over at ABC don't want to show the replay one fucking time of a fat boy touchdown. That just pisses me off. They showed Bo Nix's knee touching the ground 122 times for no reason at all. And not one time did they could they be bothered to show me the replay of a fat boy touchdown. The motherfucker monkey rolled into the goddamn end zone. I mean, that's what I wanted to see. Fuck. Damn, man. It's fucking dumb. Don't make no damn sense, man. 1st and 10 for Washington. On their 25, play action pass. Penix back to throw. Uh-oh. Sidesteps to pressure, now gets rid of it. But incomplete. Nowhere to go with the ball, had to throw it away. Washington trailing for the first time in this game with 1:44 to go. Oregon 24, Washington 20. Oregon has scored 21 straight points. Oregon was down 20-3 with about 1.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And they have scored 3 straight touchdowns to take a 24-20 lead with 1:44 to go in the game. With 12 minutes to go in the first quarter, there was a lot of people saying this game is over, it's a blowout, Washington's going to win 100-0. Now, most of those people are no longer here. The ones that are here are now saying Oregon is going to blow out Washington 100-20. Pass complete for Washington for a first down. Guy wide open. Look at the guy on the sideline eating makes a picnic, eats it. I mean, is Oregon going to cover the guy? Guy's over there building a campfire. 1st and 10 for Washington on their own 38. 3 wide for Penix this time. Well, we got us a good game right now, at least. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the third quarter. All right, now Penix is ready. 4 wide now. Play action pass. Gets rid of it. Complete on an out route. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards before he steps out of bounds. No, they're going to give him 11 yards. Okay, first down Washington, under 1 minute to go now. UJ is the best team in the country, obviously, and many sports analysts, including one that I talked to this morning, says Moses. Moses, you talk to sports analysts? Why? Leave them sports analysts alone. Number 4 seed UConn is beating number 5 seed Kansas. Number 4 seed in what? There's some kind of tournament going on? What is it? December Madness? Penix back to throw. Deep. Has a man. Caught. Down in the red zone. Washington said they ain't going away. Damn. Lewis never let me down like my Gators have, says Justin Blair. Well, glad I can be of service to you, sir. Glad I can be of service to you. Hey, Lou, do you have a fan mail address? I made a shirt for. Yeah, it's in the description of the video, I think. Yeah. It's in the description of the video. It's a P.O. box. Do you think Ooga Badoogie is going to MSU? What is that? You talking about Michigan State? Because that's where Jonathan Smith went? I honestly have no idea. The only kind of guess I have right now on where anybody might be going is Dante Moore to Oregon. Because he was committed to Oregon out of high school and flipped at the last minute to UCLA, and now he's not happy there and he's in the portal. So, and Oregon needs a quarterback next year. Other than that, I don't really have any guesses or anything into that about where other people might be going. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what Michigan State's quarterback situation is. I'm assuming it's not good because Michigan State's not any good, but I don't even know what Michigan State's quarterback situation is, so I don't know. Els King says, I hate UJ, fuck the Bulldogs. Aren't you a Clemson fan? Isn't that why? That's why your name is Els, right? You're a Clemson fan? Collect L's. It's a hobby. No, I don't blame you for hating Georgia. You're 18-43 against Georgia all time. I mean, I don't blame you at all for hating Georgia if you're a Clemson fan. You're about to be 18-44 when you start next season 0-1. Because Georgia's going to beat the fuck out of you in week 1 next year in Atlanta. Is Oregon State still going to be Power 5 school, Lou? Well, they're going to be in the Mountain West, so no. No. There's no such thing as the Power 5. It's going to be Power 4 or whatever we call it. But Michigan State is a dumpster fire, says Josh Hobbs. Cam Newton lives 8 miles from me, says ECC. Okay. Do you see any scenario where Ohio State gets into the playoffs? No, not unless you go. Are you in a coma? Have some kind of dream where that happens. Is Cam Newton annoying even at that distance? Uncle Lou reads my comment and likes it, says Trey Williams. I read as many as the comments as I can, especially during a commercial break. I don't really pick out people's comments to read or purposely ignore any. I do try to read as many as I can. Ohio State is still stuck in the past. Is that true? Power 2 featuring the ACC and the Big 12. Okay. Clemson stands alone. Fuck UGA. Yep, they're alone with 4 losses. 8th in the ACC. Georgia Tech is 4th. So catch Georgia Tech before you worry about Uncle Lou or Georgia. How about that? Get on Georgia Tech's level, Clemson man, before you talk to Uncle Lou or before you talk about Georgia. I don't have any interest in hearing somebody piss and moan who's looking up at Georgia Tech. If the playoffs was actually the 4 best teams, it would be Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, and Bama. So that would be the 4 best teams according to you. And now you know the problem with trying to use the 4 best teams argument for the playoffs. There's no such thing as the 4 best teams. I don't know why, as college football fans, we have gotten it in our head that the 4 best teams should be in the playoffs. No other sport on planet Earth does that. It's always the most deserving. The 4 best teams is just totally subjective. Regular season doesn't matter. Wins and losses don't matter. You think Ohio State and Bama are 2 of the best 4 teams, therefore we should just put them in the playoffs because one has an A on their helmet and the other has an O. That's just ridiculous. No other sport on planet Earth does that. And 4 best teams get into the playoffs. Okay, 4 best teams according to who? You? What if I don't agree with you that those are the 4 best teams? Then who gets in? I mean, come on. Come on. 4 best teams. That's probably an incomplete pass, ain't it? That's probably an incomplete pass, ain't it? It's close. Do Tater fans rush the field if they lose? Yes, every time. Yeah, that was ruled an incomplete pass. Yeah, Clemson rushes the field when they lose. It's the most embarrassing and dumbest tradition in all of college football. Lou, are you going to coach UAB? That's a good idea, but I don't have time, man. I don't. It would be great for UAB, but I just don't have time. I'm much too important and way too busy to be coaching at UAB. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for Washington. They're on the Oregon 20, and they're down 4. Pistol formation this time. Snap. Handoff. Cuts it back up inside and actually picks up 6 or 7 yards. Nice cutback by the running back that time. 3rd and short coming up for Washington. No, lady, how about you shut the up? I'm doing Lou too, bitch. Third and 3. Penix is going to run for a first down. Boy, he took a big hit, but he got it. Inside the 10 to the 8. 1st and goal for Washington. Oh, that was the neighbor lady. Or used to be the neighbor lady. Hey, Lou, if you ever come through Middle Georgia, why would I come through Middle Georgia? If I ever come through there, I'll let you tighten me up. But right now I don't. But yeah, well, what part? I mean, what part of Middle Georgia? Or maybe you don't want to say, which is fine if you don't. But Uncle Lou, have you been to the Fitzpatrick Hotel in Washington, Georgia? No, I've got family there, so anytime I've ever spent in Washington, Georgia, I've spent on my family's farm. Penix is shaken up, says VicTube. Going to Jacksonville to watch our dogs, Cochran, Georgia. Okay, Cochran, Georgia. Is that off of I-95 or is it in the middle of the state? Or, yeah. I love hearing that rant from Lou to the neighbors. Who would want to go to Middle Georgia? I can join a cowboy chat and just say hi and set them off. Yeah, you seem like you're a pretty high-level troll. All 3 starting transferred from MSU, so we definitely need a QB. Okay. Finally read that out loud, so you'll stop typing it. I've read it 15 times. That's just the first time I read it out loud, so hopefully that's the last time you type it. Lou, you ever going to a Natty game? Oh, I don't know if I'll ever go or not. I have no idea. Lou, when's the UGA Bama hype and hate video? I guess I'll do one tomorrow. This might be the last season I do those. I'm getting a little burned out on those, to be honest with you. I've been doing them for 5 or 6 years, and it's the same teams over and over and over again. But I'll do something tomorrow. I've got the kickoff show at 9 o'clock in the morning. It usually ends about 11. So I'll make like a 10 or a 15-minute video educating the Gumps and talking shit about Bama and letting everybody know how fucking terrible and garbage they are. And I'll upload that for you tomorrow. Been in jury duty all day. Just got out. What's the summary of this game? Washington jumped out to a huge lead early, 20-3. Oregon has scored 3 touchdowns in a row to retake the lead, 24-20. And now Washington is driving, trying to retake the lead with a few minutes to go in the third quarter. How much time is left? Oh, fourth quarter. 14 minutes, fourth quarter. Did you ever like the movie Forrest Gump? Forrest Gump's a dried up, dusty ass, fucking boring, way too long, fucking fake ass movie. And the problem is, well, look, there wouldn't be a problem if that was all there is to it, because there's a lot of dried up, fake, dusty ass, boring movies that are way too long. The problem is, Alabama fans think it's a fucking documentary. That's the problem. They don't understand it. It's not fucking real. Those people can't be helped. Washington on the ground on 1st and goal gets it inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up now for Washington. 13 and a half minutes to go in the game. Lou, has any fan or otherwise ever shown up to your house? You mean like unannounced, out of the blue, just shown up? Yeah, one time. And it was fucking weird. And I mean, I don't understand why somebody would do that. Guy drove 2.5 hours with his kid. I mean, so I was nice and I took pictures with him and I let him in the studio where I filmed the videos and all that, but that's just fucking weird. Yeah, this is a great game, Lucas. We got lucky because it looked like in the beginning that it might not be a great game when Washington jumped out to that big lead, but under 13 minutes to go and it's a one-possession game. 3rd and goal coming up for Washington. What's crazy is how the guy figured out where I live. Touchdown, Washington. So here's how the guy figured out where I lived. So I must have done a video in the front yard. I don't remember which video, or maybe it was just a clip in a video or something. And anyway, I showed the house across the street. Didn't even show my house in that particular video. You could see the house across the street. Well, it turns out that this guy that had been watching me for a while used to live in Augusta and knew the people that lived in that house across the street. And so he put 2 and 2 together and figured out, wait a minute, if that house is across the street from Lou, then Lou lives at, and he used to go to that house across the street when he was a kid. He knew, he was friends with a kid that lived there or whatever, that, years ago. And he decided, since he figured it out, that he would hop in his car and drive 2.5 hours and knock on my door. And so that's what he did. Didn't send an email, nothing. I'm sitting in the living room or whatever, and, it's just, I thought it was the fucking Mormons again or some shit. I'm ready to go outside and yell at one of them. And it's this guy and his kid. And that's the story he told me. Yeah, I've been watching you a long time. I recognized the house across the street, so I figured out where you lived, and here I am, and here's my son, and how you doing? And I'm like, doing good, Nat? And that was a while ago, too. That had to be 4 or 5 years ago. It had to be 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, Big Munker, what you doing, boy? And people walking in there, they seeing you right there. And tell hi to, you tell them hi to the people in there. They're right there. They're right there. They're right there. What are you doing? Did I miss a... Lou, has anyone ever played anyone? Not according to my comment section, no. According to my comment section, no. No one's ever... According to my comment section, everybody is losing next week. Until they win, and then it's, well, they ain't played nobody. And it's been that way for 9 years. So... I don't remember the guy's name, Anthony. I don't. So, and this was so long ago. It was before I think I might have been doing the call-in show back then, but that was probably it. I didn't do game streams like this and all that, so I don't know that I even ever knew his comment section name. I'm sure he told me his name when he showed up at my when he showed up at my house, but I can't remember. How much does Lou make off YouTube a month? How much do you make a month? Augusta is fun. You can have fun with your lady. Augusta's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. One of those answers is pretty close to being right. You make $2K a month? I don't knock anybody for what they make at all. I don't knock anybody for what job they have, and I don't knock anybody for what they make. All right, Oregon down 3 with 11 and a half minutes to go after that Washington touchdown. Washington 27, Oregon 24. Lou, do you like the Atlanta airport? Nobody likes the Atlanta airport, man. Nobody likes the Atlanta airport. Lou, are you rooting for Washington or Oregon? Well, not really rooting for either one. I did bet on Oregon, though. But that looks like a loser right now. So, I mean, like for betting purposes, I would need Oregon to win by more than 9. I have Oregon -9 on a bet, but like rooting for who wins the game, not that's kind of separate from betting on the game, to me anyway. The government is shaking me for every dime I got, says Alejandro. Yeah. They want that tax money. 2nd and 11. Only a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 9 for Oregon right around the 35-yard line. Big third down play coming up here. Auburn dominating the recruiting trail. You better get used to it. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Third and 9, big play here. See, or feels like a big play. Empty backfield. Nix wants to run. Nowhere to go. Sacked for no gain. That was a quarterback draw. And there was nowhere to go. 4th and 9. Dumb Dan has to make a decision here. And it looks like he's going to punt it away. I bet you if they'd have gained 5 or 6 yards, they'd have went for it on 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, but I guess he's not going to go for it on 4th and 9. Punt unit out on the field here. Uh-oh. Terrible snap, but Oregon got lucky. Punter was able to field it and gets off a pretty good punt. Ball goes out of bounds at the 17. Oregon dodged disaster there. That was a ground ball snap to the punter. A worm burner. Look at this. Not a good snap. Boy, Oregon got lucky there. That ball easily could have taken a funny bounce and went right past that punter. Instead, it went right to him. He scoops it up and gets it off. Lou, is the Oregon girls football team the Dykes? I don't think they have a girls football team. Lou, I know I've asked you this 5 times, but I'm going to ask you again anyway. Where did it go? Where did that go? Oh, here it is. But have you put up the Christmas tree yet? Yeah, Christmas tree has been up since right before I went to New Orleans. As a Georgia fan, it would be cool to play Texas in the first round or Florida State, says Eli. Lou, who do you think makes NY6 Bowl, Mizzou or Ole Miss? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Same record. Hey, what's up, Delmar? Oh, we had a great time in New Orleans, yeah. Great time. If Florida State and Texas lose, Ohio State gets in. What do you mean, Lou? No, they don't. Ohio State's not getting in. If Florida State and Texas lose, then Bama and Georgia will both get in before Ohio State gets in. I don't know where this is coming from with Ohio State, but they're not getting in. If Bama beats Georgia and Texas and Florida State lose, then I guess just Bama and Georgia would get in before Ohio State. So it's just not happening. I don't know what to tell you if you're an Ohio State fan. Wait till next year or whatever. Celebrate the offseason like you've been doing for the last 9 years. Whatever it is you have to do to make yourself feel better. But Ohio State's not getting in the playoffs. Lou, do you think Phil Parker would go to MSU? I have no idea who that is. Washington trying to lose this thing? I don't know. They got the lead and the ball. Penix throws deep. What a catch. What a catch. I mean, you can't cover the guy any better than that. The guy just made a play. You can't really cover him. I mean, I guess you could turn around and try to make a play on the ball, but I mean, it's good coverage. I lived near Augusta in Grovetown as a child. Yeah, Grovetown right up the road. I'm about 10 minutes from Grovetown. Probably not even 10 minutes. BA lives in Grovetown. Battle Angel lives in Grovetown. Groovy Town, call it. 1st and 10 for Washington. Handoff this time. Bounces it outside. Picks up about 5 yards up close to midfield. 48-49 yard line. 2nd down coming up for Washington. 3-point game. What's up, Lou? How's the Mustang coming along? They told me yesterday that they're waiting on the last of the parts to come in, and that they should be in Monday. So, maybe by the end of next week. I mean, they didn't tell me that, but I'm guessing if they've got everything they need to fix it on Monday, they ought to be able to get it fixed next week. So I don't know. I mean, I pretty much gave up. I pretty much have given up. They've had that thing 6.5 weeks. Penix is going to keep it on 2nd and 5 and pick up the first down with a stiff arm. Under 7.5 minutes to go now. Washington up 3. Is it still a lowrider Mustang? Well, it's got lowering springs on it. Ibach Sportline lowering springs. I mean, it's really low to the ground. Really low. Under 7 minutes to go now. Washington 27, Oregon 24. Boy, Oregon better find a way to shut this drive down, at least hold them to a field goal, or it could be game over here. Penix back to throw. Over the middle. Complete. Down to the 25. First down, Washington in the red zone with 6:45 to go. No, the body is already fixed. This is the underneath. This is suspension, steering, motor mount. None of that has to be painted. Uncle Lou, do you know if Alabama, Texas, and Florida State loses, Ohio State gets in? It's not impossible. It's impossible. No matter how many times you type it, no matter how many times you dream it, no matter how many times you beat off to the idea of it, it's not happening. The reality is Ohio State isn't any good. Did you have to fix the camber on your Mustang? You talking about getting an alignment? Yeah, they're going to give it an alignment. I mean, I didn't have to fix anything. All I did was take it to them and drop it off. I'm not fixing any of it. Another first down for Washington on 2nd and 5. They pick up 6 and then step out of bounds with 5:36 to go. Good morning from Dubai. What's up, King Ryan? Then why committee kept Ohio State ranked above 8? I don't know. The committee doesn't plan shit out. They don't rate teams so they can do something later or whatever. They rank teams where they think they should be ranked. But Ohio State's not getting in. I mean, sorry. It's just not going to happen. Again, your feelings aside, Ohio State's not getting in. Yeah, I've never had any mechanical problems at all with the car. It's just when a car is 3 inches off the ground and you run over a 6-inch median, that becomes a problem. But I've never had any issues with the car. It's a 2015. I've never changed anything but tires and brakes and oil. Yeah, Ohio State's not getting in. You can type it till your fingers fall off. Michael Penix into the end zone. Incomplete, uncatchable, really. Ohio State's got a chance to get in, woo. Type. Love the show, Lou. Have you ever thought going into commentary? I do commentary now. In fact, I'm doing it right now. Been doing it for 3 hours. 3 hours and 26 minutes. 3rd and 1. Right up the middle. First down, Washington. Needed a yard, got a yard and a half. 1st and goal inside the 4. I meant like NCAA or NFL commentary. Yeah, this is NCAA commentary right here. This is an NCAA football game, and I'm commentating on it right now. Boy, Oregon running out of time. 3.5 minutes to go. First and goal for Washington from the 3. They're already up 3. Jet sweep. Nowhere to go. Oregon strung that one out. No gain. Second and goal. There's going to be 3 minutes to go by the time they snap this next one. Lou would be canceled after the first quarter. Yeah, cancel Lou. Cancel Lou. Second and goal. 3 minutes to go. Clock ticking. Penix under center. Wants to throw it. Nowhere to go. Has to throw it away. Incomplete. Third and goal. Clock stops too because of an incomplete pass. 2:47 to go. Third and goal, Washington. A touchdown all but ends this game. A field goal, of course, and Oregon would still be alive. They'd be down 6. This is a huge third down play here. Biggest play of the game coming up right here. 2:47 to go. Third and goal for Washington on the 2-yard line. They're up 3. Each team has all 3 timeouts remaining. Washington moving pieces around now. Penix in a shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. Caught. Touchdown. Walked into the end zone untouched. Wow. Well, Oregon's going to have to score quick and then onside kick. Not looking good for Oregon. Oregon, your season is over. It looks like you're going to be the first season is over victim for championship weekend. Crimson King says, thanks for scooting out the way, Oregon. Crimson Kings doesn't understand how any of this is. This game, I don't understand what is wrong with this game. Has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not Alabama gets in the playoffs. Nothing. The winner of this game is getting in 100%. No questions asked. It doesn't matter what happens in any of the games tomorrow. This game has no impact or effect on Alabama. I don't understand the Alabama fans' ignorance when it comes to what would need to happen for them to get in. This game does not affect Alabama one iota. Not at all. 0. The winner of this game was getting in, period. Didn't matter who it was. You need 2 of the 3 to lose out of Michigan, Texas, and Florida State. It's that simple. It's that simple. You need 2 of those 3 to lose. It's just literally that simple. File a diminished value claim on your car. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. Bama needs Forrest Gump. Bama needs help. Here to get Forrest Gump, dust his ass off.
I'm not a smart man. 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 I'm not a smart.
Here's the kick. 10-point game. Not looking good for Oregon. They need a touchdown or a field goal, either one. And then an onside kick and another touchdown or field goal, whichever one they don't get the first time. What's up, Daniel? Lou, a Florida fan, just said that Lanning sucks. I don't think Dan Lanning sucks. All this talk about how great Oregon is bullshit. Overrated. Oregon gets their asses kicked. They beat one ranked team all year. Seriously, who couldn't see this coming? Oregon was all media hype, says Dustin Jack. Bama couldn't block Texas, and they think they're going to destroy the Georgia defensive line. Bama, man, is a Voltard with a better team, says Tyler Archer. Bo Nix back to throw. Now he's going to take off running. Has some room. Slides down around the 37-yard line. Clock keeps running. 2.5 minutes to go. They're down 10. Ball on the 37. Empty backfield. Snap. Nix back to throw. 3-man rush for Washington. So Nix got all day. Throws complete. Big gain. Inside the 30. 25. 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown Oregon. Are they saying he stepped out? Nope, stepped out at the 4, I guess. Wow. Piss poor tackling by Washington in the secondary here. I don't think he stepped out. That's going to be a touchdown. Yep, that's going to be a touchdown for Oregon. It only took Oregon 2 plays to score. Jesus. And you know, Washington only rushed 3. That means they had 8 people back in coverage, yet somehow there was a receiver open and none of the 8 people back in coverage could tackle him even after he caught the ball. But this is going to be a touchdown for Oregon. He really didn't even come close to stepping out. Wow. Oregon just won't go away. You see how overrated and trash and garbage Oregon is? Oregon's got 2 losses to a top 4 team. They're fucking garbage, trash, overrated, garbage, trash. Whee! Super overrated, garbage, trash, garbage, trash. They're losing to a higher ranked team. That's proof they're not any good. Oregon's losing by 3 to a higher ranked team. Proof that they're garbage. Both of these teams suck, says K Money. So if both of these teams suck, how many teams in the country don't suck? 3? 4? How many? Ohio State and Bama should play in the Almost In Bowl. I'd watch that. I'd watch Ohio State versus Bama. Would you watch that shit, Bunk? The cat ain't got no interest in it. The cat ain't got no interest in it. Everyone a cupcake compared to UGA, says Edward. Yeah, good morning. Hashtag Bama needs help. Yeah, Bama needs help. Well, we win this if we beat Georgia by 30 and this team loses and this team loses and this team loses, and this team only wins by 1 and that team loses, then maybe we can get the 4 seed. Bo needs a win for the Heisman. Anybody want to tell him? Anybody want to let him in on the secret about the Heisman? Make a help wanted sign for Bama. All right, Oregon's down 3 again with 2:14 to go. They've got all their timeouts. I would assume they're going to onside kick this. Because even with 3 timeouts, it would only take 2 first downs for Washington to end the game. And it looks like they are going to kick an attempt an onside kick. So here we go. The kick takes a good bounce and goes out of bounds. So Washington will have the ball with 2:14 to go. Better odds, Bama making the playoffs or Ohio State fans admitting they are worse than Michigan? Bama making the playoffs. That guy last night was out of his fucking mind on the call-in show. That might be one of the most head-scratching calls in the history of LouTube. That Ohio State man. 1st and 10 for Washington. They keep it on the ground. Pick up about 3 yards. 2nd and 7, I would assume Oregon would call a timeout. And they do. If Texas gets in, they will win it all. No. No. When you told him Michigan was better, he could not handle it. Pac-12 is garbage, says Ray L.A. I think it's the 2nd best conference in the country. I don't know what your definition of garbage might be, but I think the Pac-12 is the 2nd best conference. Pac-12 is the best conference in college football this year, says. So one person thinks it's the worst conference, another person thinks it's the best conference, and that's why putting the 4 best teams in the playoffs is impossible and a stupid idea, because people can't even agree on which conferences are the best or one person thinks a conference is the worst, the other person thinks it's the best. Which is why the whole put the 4 best teams deal in doesn't work. Even if Bama were getting at number 4, the fans will still bitch about not being ranked higher. Bama man is down bad, says Tyler Archer. The Pac-12 is going out with a bang, says Nash Talks Texas. Yeah. Yep. Last ever Pac-12 title game here, and we're getting a good one at least. 3rd and 4, here we go. 3-point game, 2:03 to go. Oregon only has 1 timeout left, so it doesn't get any bigger than this. For the Oregon defense, they got to come up with a stop on this play. On this play. 3rd and 4. Ball at midfield. Washington spreads out 4 wide. Penix in a shotgun. Snap. Penix back to throw. Pass complete. 1st down, Washington. Clock stops with 1:59 to go, but Oregon can only stop the clock one more time. This one's over. This one's over. Washington's hot garbage, doo-doo garbage, suck, terrible, overrated, because they're going to lose by 3 to a higher ranked team. They're not any good. There you go. That's all the proof, whatever y'all needed. Rob Dog says this game is like TCU versus TCU. Bo Nix, your Heisman is over. The Heisman's already been voted on. I don't understand how people are big enough college football fans to watch this channel but don't know that the Heisman has already been voted on. And I think Jaden Daniels is winning the Heisman, but it's got nothing to do with this game. The votes are in. Washington got hit with a holding penalty there. That's pretty stupid. Oregon committed a face mask that didn't get called. 1st and 20 for Washington. Handoff right up the middle. Nowhere to go. It's going to be 2nd and 18. Oregon, I think, has just used its last timeout. Yeah, so Oregon stops the clock with 1:48 to go. Washington has a player down. You picked Oregon by 9. Yeah, I took Oregon -9 in this one. Yeah, I picked a game wrong. Yeah. If I was you, I wouldn't watch me anymore. Washington just better, period. Yes. Washington is better. I was wrong. Washington was the higher ranked team, yet the underdog. Yes. It's early in Vegas. Team can still hit the tables. I can't believe how Bama started to think they are in. Oregon played too conservative on offense in the first half, says Football Junkie. A lot of 5-star dummies in the chat. Yeah, no doubt about it. Anytime you get close to 1,000 people, it's going to be about 25% of them is going to be 5-star dummies. Oregon lost to Washington twice now. Pac-12 sucks. What? Okay. Spike Cannon says, you lost money. Yeah, I bet on Oregon -9. Lynn Joe Global says it ain't over yet. Congratulations to Washington. They was the underdogs and they played hard, says Lucas Andrew. Oregon came out flat in the first half. That's why they lost. Yeah, they dug themselves a hole in that first quarter they couldn't get out of. 2nd and 17 for Washington, 1:48 to go. Snap, toss, sweep. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards up to the Oregon 42. Oregon can't stop the clock. There's going to be a minute to go when the ball is snapped on 3rd down. So Washington is probably going to end up having to punt. But boy, there ain't going to be much time left. Despite the loss, I feel like Oregon still deserved a playoff spot. What? After this loss? No. Oregon doesn't deserve a playoff spot. This is their 2nd loss now. Come on. You sound like an Alabama fan tomorrow at 8:30 after they've lost to Georgia. $101 to go. And Washington is going to be looking at a 3rd and 9. Can we get a 5-star dummy? Of course you can. 5-star dummy. How can Mizzou make the playoff? Go 10-2 next year? That's how. Go 10-2 next year. And they might get in. Because we have a 12-team playoff. 3rd and 9. Snap. Toss sweep. Wow. Wow. Washington. Oh, my God. All the way down to the red zone. First down, game over. Guy slides down. That's going to do it. 53 seconds to go, but it's going to be first down. Washington and Oregon can't stop the clock. Washington is going to win the Pac-12 at 13-0, and they're going to be the first team to punch their ticket to the playoff. Washington will be in. Kalen DeBoer gets the Gatorade bath. They'll have to snap the ball one more time, but they'll just take a knee, and then that'll be it. So congratulations to the Huskies. Pac-12 champs and headed to the playoffs. The first time the Pac-12 has had a playoff team since 2015? Was it 2015 or 2016? What year was that? When was the last time the Pac-12 had a playoff team? Can anybody remember? What year was that? 2016. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know, because it was Washington, right? Because Oregon got in the first year and beat Florida State in the first ever playoff game, and then Washington got in 2 years later, and they lost in the first round, I believe. But anyway, congratulations to Washington, 13-0 Pac-12 champions. Oregon finishes the season at 11-2, and they're on their way to whatever the substitute is for the Rose Bowl. So can't wait to see that. Oregon versus Ohio State, I guess. And whatever the substitute is for the Rose Bowl, because the Rose Bowl is a playoff game this year. Yeah, we heard about JT Daniels. Quitting, retiring, or whatever he called it. Interviewing Michael Penix on the field now. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for the college kickoff show. We will talk about all of tomorrow's games. That's 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. The streaming schedule for tomorrow. I'm not streaming at 12 o'clock. I am streaming at 4 o'clock. That's the SEC championship game. 4 o'clock on Patreon. There's a link in the description of this video that'll take you to my Patreon page. You can have a look around. I will post a link on my Patreon page tomorrow around 3:45. That link will take you to the Georgia versus Alabama live stream for the SEC championship. And then I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the ACC championship game and the Big Ten championship game. So that's the plans for tomorrow. B-Puck, thank you for the super chat. Great stream tonight. Lou Gumps are done tomorrow. Let's Go Dogs, #1 ranked YouTube show in the country. Thank you, B-Puck. I appreciate that, buddy. Hope y'all had a good time watching the game tonight, and we'll do it again tomorrow.